The Opie and Anthony Show on XM 202, featuring Opie, Anthony, and James Norton.
Can you hear me?
No! Shut up!
Opie and Anthony!
We're so excited to be back. Rabid radio retards.
Wow, we're dummies.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
We've been known to get our faces in the news. We're perverts. Stupid. We stink.
We just love doing radio. This is a weird show.
No one puts asses in the seat like Greg and Tony.
Opie,
I love the hitting and the fighting.
Anthony,
I'm a terrorist looking for other terrorists.
James,
I'm a speechless, worthless nothing. We all know that. I love women. I'm a slump fat pig.
and a crew of misfits.
Hurricane Ben!
Ben looks like a tall baby. Hair like Chuck.
Martini Steve!
Steve is a piece of garbage. Perfectly enunciating boob that we pay him out to be.
Right.
E-Rock!
Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
I bring nothing to the table. I don't care. Shut up.
No. What's wrong, Aaron?
My crotch is burning so bad.
Sit down and put on your laughing hats.
Just relax. Here comes the funny.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony.
Shut up!
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I really don't know, though.
Taste it, see.
I hope nobody else is putting stuff around the studio.
Well, now we got to share with everyone else.
Of course. Hate when things happen right before the mics go on.
Just before the big intro to the Opie and Anthony Show, I looked at Jimmy Norton and Anthony and said, I hope this is my booger. All of a sudden I looked down and there's a booger on my hand. I wasn't digging or anything.
I would assume it's yours.
But I don't know where it came from. And
Out of
now
your
I'm
nose.
Probably under that desk.
Where
now
do
I'm
they
all
all
skeeved
come
out.
from? Oh,
I was touching under the desk.
It probably came right from under your fingers over there.
I was touching the CDs.
Ugh.
Maybe E-Rock left a booger on one of the CDs by accident. I don't know. I'm just hoping it was my booger that ended up on my hand.
Just taste it.
No, I got rid of it.
if E-Rock was also a nose picker, that would just put him over the top. He's not, though. I don't think I've ever seen him dig.
Saves them all for later. Blows them onto a plate and eats them.
Oh, I need a tissue. Not now. No, I'm saying generally speaking. Thank you. Kenny lunged for a tissue box like a Secret Service man taking a bullet. He lunged for a tissue when I said I need a tissue. It wasn't finished. I need a tissue anytime I'm going to futz around with what's up my nose. I have to blow my nose out or use a tissue, make something, and do a little digging. There's no way I can just pull something out and then have to deal with it.
You've never touched your own snot? What is wrong with you?
Dude, snot in the line of disgusting things that can come out of a person is higher up on my list than it should be.
I understand, but it's your snot.
Don't care.
That's why I'm just hoping if it was my snot that ended up on my left hand, so be it.
Don't
Oh well,
care.
it happens.
Don't care.
Never
Mine.
just pulled out a nice big
If
one.
it was,
Stop it. I bet you grabbed it off the CD, man. You probably touched the CD case. Some other jock had.
oh, God. Stop it.
What?
This is disgusting.
Probably what it was.
Yeah, it probably was.
Snot is just too heinous to deal with.
Really?
Yeah. Can't. Sometimes I have to kind of be in front of a mirror with the tissue, so I'm sure I've gotten everything, and make sure because sometimes you make the little rotor-rooter thing with the tissue and
No, see,
you just screw it in, and then you slowly pull it out and make sure everything comes out, and then I got to take another tissue real quick and cover it up. And then make a ball out of it and throw it in the garbage.
You take your fingernail.
No, you
exactly.
You scrape, and it looks like you have a frosted mini wheat with brain matter on it.
Exactly.
don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, you grow one.
You don't. You're disgusting.
These are the tools of the trade right here.
tools of the trade.
Right here. I'm holding them up.
4 fingers.
And look, there's all different sizes depending on what's going on.
The
And
thumb is no good.
well, sometimes. And then you grow the fingernails just a little bit, to get to those hard to reach places.
I am getting skeeved just talking about it. I can't deal with that. Ugh. Oh. I hope for your sake it was yours, but I hope for the rest of our sakes that it was something other than that. Stop it!
I bet what happened was you know what it is? You probably grabbed the mic and pulled it and didn't even realize it was on your hand.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm just going to touch a lot of stuff.
I'm going to check my microphone.
That's fine.
Don't touch anything.
So, good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Our phone number, 1-866-313-FREE. I was just hoping it was mine, that's all. Just hoping. Well, I'm not really sure. It was a little too clear and perfect for one of mine.
Your best Purell.
So, I think we're all a little tired. We had to watch HBO last night. 3 big shows on last night.
It's the big Sunday HBO thing.
Entourage was okay. It was reintroducing some characters and setting up the season, so there was nothing really there.
I was watching it, and I never watched it, so it was kind of good to have the setup.
That was actually I didn't know who they were either. I didn't realize that was redundant for a lot of people who knew the cast. Because I loved it when I saw it. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a setup for the whole season, showing where all the characters are and what's going to happen. And then, of course, Lucky Louie. Bravo, Jimmy.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes.
Bravo. Our own Jimmy Norton starring in Lucky Louie.
Very proud.
He had one scene in the first episode, but he gets more and more as the season goes on.
Yes.
I enjoyed it once again, even though I've seen it a couple times before last night's debut.
Deadwood also debuted.
Last night, really?
Show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the season premiere.
Everyone told me you got to get into Deadwood. I never did it. And now I'm kind of bummed out that I didn't. This is the last season of Deadwood, right?
Yeah, now you got to pick up the past seasons and
yeah, I could do that.
Troll through those. It's pretty cool, though.
Which is third season?
Show. A lot of violence, a lot of bad language.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of it's just so you got to really pay attention. They speak so eloquently. These dirtbags in the whatever it is, the Montana that they're in, but yet they speak so eloquently. It's like those Civil War letters. My dearest Clementine, I am here amongst the refuse of humanity that it's like, what? You get letters now. Yeah, we're hanging out and blah, blah.
Letters. It's called email, Ant.
Yeah, I know email.
Who's writing letters?
Well, maybe soldiers these days.
Letters.
But, so sometimes you got to listen. You go, what the hell is... He said it beautifully, but what the hell did he just say? Unless he threw the C word in, I have no idea what he's talking about. But, that debuted last night. Had to watch that.
Yeah.
It's a little sleepy.
And then I watched Torgasm, Dane Cook's project.
Yes. What?
Actually, our pal Bob Kelly's going to be a breakout star in Torgasm.
Yeah.
I watched it with Bobby.
Bob Kelly is just a natural.
Did he cry at any point?
No, he's making other people cry.
No, I mean sitting with Jimmy watching it.
No, that
faggot.
Bob. It translated to as just to what a fat antisocial creep Bobby is. And I thought Bobby
breaking some ground over there, huh?
I really thought Bobby, and I told him this. I thought he came off really good in it.
Yeah,
because he's just an ass. He's like a regular. He's a guy.
Yeah,
he's just like you just want to. It's like it's hard to if you just watch everybody else. You see that Bobby is the guy that is like he's the one you'd want to hang out with out of the whole group. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah,
the normal guy.
Absolutely, that stupid Muslim skull cap he was wearing.
What is up with him wearing that?
I don't know. It really annoyed me. I want to remove it from his head with a shovel.
He's been wearing those hats for years, though.
I know.
He finds the ugliest hats. We live in the greatest city in the world, and he finds
a hat.
He finds the ugly hat store. But he's great in Torgasm, definitely. And really fast before we get into this week's festivities, we got to talk about Almost Jimmy Day on Friday. It ended with us at Tower Records, 66 and Broadway here in New York City. And I guess the people at Tower Records said they've never seen a bigger turnout.
It was huge.
For a signing. There was well over 600 people there.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
If not more. The line was so long that people were, going home. They bailed on the whole thing. But I think we got over 600 people through the doors.
Definitely a pleasant surprise.
Jimmy was signing his HBO half-hour comedy special and copies of Lucky Louie and we were there. We were having a good time.
It was great, man.
It was a lot of fun, and it was the first appearance that we did in New York since coming back to commercial radio. What's up, Jimmy?
I forgot. You want to talk about this is like what an ass I am. While we're sitting there at the table, this guy walks up with this really hot girlfriend, and they say hello, and he goes, He goes, you want to train? And he looks at his girlfriend, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm like, why not? She's hot, man. I would love one.
Oh, no.
Dude, I was like looking at this chick. I'm like, I'm going to get to hit this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got a card or something? And he hands me a card, and it says trainer.
Of course. Physical personal trainer.
So
Is that what?
Disgusted with myself.
You want to train?
Dude, it was so conspiratorial the way he said it. And then she kind of smiled. I don't know how to engage in real human contact anymore.
The first thing you thought of was that you were going to be standing on line after he's finished, and then you go pulling a train.
And even after he handed me his card, I was hoping.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Oh, she's in good shape then. Good. You are awful.
I know. I'm such
That's some kind of mental problem there, where that's the first thing that hits you.
Yeah.
Instead of like training.
One of the highlights from Friday's signing at Tower Records, and a lot of the past and the faithful listeners of the show are bitching and complaining because Club Soda Kenny had to reprimand some of the people online.
Yeah, it was big fodder on the message boards over the weekend, how Kenny was a killjoy at the appearance on Friday.
You want to tell everyone what you had to announce to the line?
On 2 occasions, I had to go out and speak to the nice people that were waiting online for 3 hours to get signatures. And that was only as a result of Tower Records asking me to, because they were getting complaints because of the hoity-toity people on the Upper West Side.
Mm-hmm. And what were some of the people online doing that you had to go out and chastise?
Yeah, because they're really mad at you now, Kenny.
I know. I got smashed on the message boards over the weekend. The first time, they were just doing the whole you drop something thing.
Which is always funny. It's a fun joke. Somebody walks by. Try it at home. When somebody walks by, you say you drop something, and then you just look away inconspicuously and continue on your walk, and you'll watch that person turn around and look around on the ground at them, and it's just huge fun for everyone involved.
Right, which I think was invented by superstar Jim Norton.
Wow.
No. Well, you drop something?
Yeah.
No. That's something you do in childhood, but I mean, as an adult, Florentine. No, I got to give credit to you with that. Absolutely. And he's, one of the greatest things he ever did was stupid Jeff Norris was standing there, and Jim, there's 3 women walking ahead, and Jim hid behind this divider and yelled, "Miss, please help me," and then hid, and then Jeff is stuck out there by himself. So no, I gotta,
"Miss, please help me."
Yeah, Florentine.
Hey, we're gonna have to do that one on our walk, man. We're gonna have to take that one.
King of pranks, also.
Yeah, I would have to credit him though.
Yeah. And then the second time, the manager of Tower Records asked me to go out because the fans were stickering old people as they walk by with wow stickers.
And there's pictures up on the websites of old people walking down the sidewalk with big Opie and Anthony wow,
hilarious.
Wow stickers on their back.
Just stickering old people with wow stickers.
That's a great promotion.
Yeah. But I didn't.
Oh, it certainly is. With
really
our listeners, I'm surprised it wasn't Stars of David. They're just slapping on them.
But when we were sitting there, and Anthony was told that they were stickering old people, and he goes, "I hope they're putting them over the nose and mouth."
Help the families. You know what a burden they can be.
Yeah. Hello, inheritance.
I didn't yell at anybody. I just cordially went out there and tried to reason with them.
Ah,
you can't reason with our pests.
I know. And
they're an angry mob.
All of a sudden they're like, boo!
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and they say, like, we're hypocritical and do as I say, not as I do. But, you know, nobody's a bigger proponent of
stickering old people than you, right?
And annoyance.
Abusing the elderly.
What happened?
Because I am a public nuisance.
Yes, you are.
But it's just, there's a time and a place for everything. And I guess it was fun while it lasted, but it just had to come to an end.
Yeah. All right, let's say hi to Rob in White Plains, one of the guys you yelled at, Kenny. Rob, what's up?
Hey, what up, boys?
Hey.
Nah, man, you know what it was? At the time, Kenny came out, and my boy's son, he threw a sticker on Kenny, and we were like, oh, that's the funniest thing ever. Kenny kind of like looked like he was going to hit the little kid, you know, and Kenny went nuts, and we were like, what, is he serious? Saying that, you know, oh, we're not representing the O&A show the way they should be represented. And at the time, we were like, well, look at this hypocrite. You know, what is he, crazy? But now, I mean...
Wait, Kenny, did you really say that?
Yeah, they got to represent properly. It can't be
that was properly.
That was
idiot.
properly.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what we thought. You know, like we're
because some of the listeners were coming up to us at the when they got to the front table saying what was going on outside. I was laughing really hard. I thought, wow, that is creativity. From
I assumed Kenny had said it. Just to kind of smooth things over, and then you would have plausible deniability later on by saying, well, I did tell them, but, kind of with a wink, go ahead, do what the hell you want with the stickers. We don't care.
It was cool. It was cool afterwards, and out of respect for Kenny and the show, we were like, all right, cool. He said, he yelled at us, doesn't want us to do it anymore, and that was it. Nobody got stickered after that. But it was funny. People's little rascals were getting stickers, old people's backs. It was the highlight. It was the highlight of the line. Everybody was having a good time.
People making their own fun. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
So, all right, boys.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's go to Omer.
Hey,
Omer. What's up, Omer?
Hi. Kenny, you're lying, man.
Oh.
He comes out and he's like, "Listen, you guys are showing a bad example of O&A. You're supposed to represent O&A, and you can't go like this." He got really pissed off. He didn't come out there all civilized, as he says.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Kenny's getting sad.
To make a scene?
Yeah, he made a huge scene.
Aw, Kenny.
Went out and screaming.
I guess you're right, sir. Who's better than you?
All right, Omer, thank you.
Steven from Bayshore, one of our favorite contributors on Instant Feedback on a daily basis, said Kenny was threatening to grind the fans' bones to bake his bread. Was that true?
And then he writes giant goof.
Giant goof.
No, I threatened the crowd to bring Master Poe out as punishment.
He did do that, actually. All right, Kenny. So that was one of the highlights from the signing on Friday.
But it's just, Kenny doesn't know. Like, he'll say something. Kenny's intentions, I think, don't come off right. Either or they come off perfectly right. Because he'll say things to people like, you're not representing the Opie and Anthony show. And it's like, people are like, what? That's not comfortable for anyone to hear.
No.
I'm very misunderstood.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. Look at me, I'm big and dumb.
That's right.
Giant.
All right, let's go to Ariel. We'll move on to other things.
In my mustaches.
Hey, you shaved, by the way. You promised us at the Friday night dinner that you were going to start a goatee.
I tried. I got it crooked. It's all gray. It's gray. It's no good.
His chin is so weak, the goatee doesn't know where to go.
Exactly.
He's all hooking up his cheek.
It can't hold it up. It's so weak.
Yeah, it's not a right
thing. It droops down under the weight of it.
If I was as handsome as you, I could pull it off, but it's not going to work.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Why don't we take our first break? We're just getting warmed up. We got lots to do today. The Jim Leyritz thing. Oh my God!
Yeah, that kind of got a little had some legs over the weekend.
It has major legs.
Yeah.
It was in all the papers over the weekend. I guess we could go to Ariel real fast before we take a break. Ariel, what's up?
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Ariel.
Wait, your name is Ariel?
It is, yeah.
Don't you know that's the Little Mermaid?
I know, I've been hearing it for like years now.
What the hell is a gentleman? Why would a man... Did you kill your parents?
No, listen, in Argentina, it's not that uncommon a name.
Okay.
Well, you're in America, though, sir.
Yeah, I know.
You might want to change that to Bob.
There's a girl's name right there in the country's name.
Well,
Tina.
what can you do about
That's
it?
right.
That makes a perfect... Now I understand.
So what's
You're
up,
from a
faggot?
fag nation.
Well, yesterday I saw on the news Bruce Beck interviewing Jim Leyritz. And
Yeah.
I thought, wow, you guys should try to get Barry Bonds, have an interview with him, and then maybe you could move on to O.J. Simpson.
Oh, well, great idea, Mary.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Bernadette.
Sue.
See, we should have taken a break. But
Wow, he was good.
Basically, that interview went everywhere. It's in every paper in America. It was on ESPN.com. Jim Leyritz admitting to taking greenies. Greenies. And they're saying this is going to just start a new trend where all these baseball players come out and say, yeah, I did this, I did that. We were doing this,
nice.
we were doing that.
We welcome them on this very program to do just that.
And they asked Jim Leyritz, they're like, why did you answer that question? And he goes, because I was asked. How nice is that?
Very.
How many times have we asked the question and they don't answer?
Guy was open, honest, and fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he was great.
And we'll have him back, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, we're just getting warmed up. It's the O&A virus spreading across America. If you have something for the show, 1-866-313-FREE. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Hi. Dallas Mavericks. Go, Dallas, go. Leading the Miami Heat 2-0 in the NBA Finals. It's over, Johnny. Dallas Mavericks, NBA champions.
Are you just pushing Dallas over Miami because we're on in Dallas? Is that what you're doing?
No, honestly...
you're playing favorites.
Honestly, people down there know that I like the Mavericks.
Yeah?
Absolutely. They're my favorite Western Conference team.
Favorite Western Conference team. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge, Knicks fan.
Yeah.
But we're not going to win anything anytime soon. And I love the Mavericks. Love how they play. Absolutely. And Mark Cuban, he's flying like a whole plane load of fans down to Miami for the next game. Must be nice to have that much money and you want the fan support when you're away. So he's pretty much he's going to fly a few hundred down there.
Why not?
And he's giving them great seats in Miami and everything.
He's got the cash for it.
It's one of the big sports stories today. Mark Cuban.
That guy's got to be worth $1.5 million.
Could be a couple of more than that, Jim.
All right, we got a couple dumb stories here in New York we got to get right into. The Ground Zero story.
Yeah.
Holy yes. Holy yes. Holy yes.
Yeah, enough.
You want to do that one first?
Yeah.
You want to explain this?
Let's get right to Well, back on September 11th, 2001. I don't have to go back that far?
No.
Well, thank God.
They still do that in the papers. They'll say something about the 2001 terrorist attack.
Yeah, when the planes hit the World Trade Center. But yeah, I think we all know about that part of the story.
Yeah, that's one of those stories you don't have to explain ever again.
There's so many of those in the news. You pick up the paper and you read and you go, Elzar Cowie, yeah. All right.
Are they afraid one person might not have heard?
Yeah, one person's going to go, what happened down at
you know what?
World Trade Center?
I thought it was just dopey Fox News here in New York, but they're all doing stories from Ground Zero today.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be doing some blasting down there.
Doing some blasting so they can, start construction of the Freedom Tower. Ugh.
They need to anchor the Freedom Tower.
Yeah, so they're doing some blasting, and because that's an explosion, they're trying to tie it in somehow to what happened on September 11th. And believe me, I'm not exaggerating. They are trying to tie it in. I've heard these news people come up with some of the lamest statements ever during this coverage of this story. Yeah, they blast to build. They've been doing it for years. Well, I don't know if it's one of the clips you have, but it's one I watched inside.
I think it's the same one.
All right, let's hear this moron.
The rebuilding of Ground Zero getting off to an explosive start this week. Workers will...
Why does she have to say it like that?
Explosive start, because they're starting explosives every other weekday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
They use explosions during almost every bit of construction they do, and they blast out mountains to make roads.
And you never notice.
Why do you have to tie it in like that?
And Fox 5 here, their graphic behind the reporter just says Ground Zero explosions. Like, so that's going to catch your eye. These vultures now, just trying to rope you in with sensationalism, are the furthest thing from journalists. It makes me puke. It's not news.
Getting off to an explosive start this week. Workers will set up several explosions today as work begins on the new Freedom Tower.
Listen to dramatic music and everything.
It's sort of that, let's remember, a little solemn but dramatic.
On the new Freedom Tower. Fox 5's Catherine Craig at Ground Zero right now. So, Catherine, what can we expect?
Lucy, the test explosions will last about 15 seconds each, and they're expected to start right around 10 o'clock this morning. But some people who work down here are telling us they really don't know what to expect.
Is that what they're telling you? Stupid.
They don't know what to... I don't know what to expect. Well, they told you exactly what to expect.
Right. You can expect one of the buildings around here to just collapse.
Yeah, it's going to fall down. There's going to be fire and brimstone. She just says the people in charge said how long they're going to last, when they're going to go off, what they're for, but people don't know what to expect. Yes, they do.
Were people that confused? Have you heard about this morning's beginning of the freedom? I don't know what to expect. What's going to happen?
Oh, my God.
I don't know what to expect.
Run for your lives.
What should I expect?
And they found one dummy down there that is a little nervous.
One?
I know what to expect when I watch the news. Crap.
Garbage, sensationalism, fear-mongering.
Just garbage, and they have carte blanche. Scumbags.
Here are telling us they really don't know what to expect.
My coworker will be working tomorrow, so I'm gonna give her a heads up in the morning so she's not too shocked.
Mike Walsh manages a currency exchange near the World Trade Center site. He says the series of construction explosions could rattle some people's nerves.
If they hear loud blasts, that it would bring some kind of effect to them. Especially being right next to it, and they know it's coming from the site. I'm sure it'll bring back some kind of memories.
Oh, you sure?
Why is that news? That man is an ass. Because they might, I gotta go tell her, because she might hear it.
It's gonna be, in the same place. Ooh. Yeah, they're building.
You might hear a little shake, rattle, and roll if you're right next to Ground Zero.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be quite the volume of two buildings coming down.
I don't even think you'll feel that.
So sick of the Freedom Tower. I hate the name of it.
Freedom, liberty, anything with freedom and liberty in the name. It's a patriot. It just reeks of overcompensating and
just rebuild the Twin Towers exactly the way they were. Make them safer, obviously, but the same design.
Yeah.
Enough already. But no one's going to work on the upper floors.
They will.
Make it storage, then.
Believe me,
exactly.
they will.
Or build them better. Build them where it's safer, whatever you got to do. Or call the Freedom Tower something else. Just a dumb name.
Freedom.
We have one more clip about this just unbelievable news that's going on down at Ground Zero.
But the building contractor says the planned explosions are very different from what happened on 9/11.
Oh, stop that.
Really?
Why would you say that?
That's what got me. That's what got me when I heard that. It's like you have to actually say, going to be very different. What we're going to do when we start the Freedom Tower Foundation, we're going to take 2 767s full of fuel and people, and then we're just going to plow them into the ground because that's going to make the biggest hole that we can use to pour the concrete.
And that's the way to save some time.
That's what we're going to do instead of controlled explosions that we normally use in construction. Idiots! Of course it's different.
Why would you? Why
would you say that?
Bitch, a dumb news writer and even a dumber reporter,
right?
Who just opens her mouth and whatever's on the teleprompter she says
spills out of her maw.
Yes,
her stupid hole in her face.
Exactly the term it is. Oh, it's a hole with teeth in your face.
The second most intelligent hole in her body.
Absolutely.
Yuck. Maybe third.
Third. I'd go third.
Fifth if you count the ears.
Right.
But the building contractor says the planned explosions are very different from what happened on 9/11.
Really?
The blast will loosen rocks for footings for the new Freedom Tower. Contractor Tishman Construction says the alternative to the occasional 15-second blast is this. Jackhammers and backhoes would use 50,000 gallons of diesel to do the job. The contractor also says the blast would add up to 10 minutes over 2 months. Doing the job with construction equipment would take 2,500 hours of drilling. The drawbacks include crews stopping the PATH train. They'll shut down parts of VC Street and its during explosions. 4 times a day, 2 to 3 days a week. Neighbors, though, don't seem to mind.
Happy, work's going to finally be getting done.
And these are test explosions. If they're approved by the Port Authority and Fire Department, they will last over the course of 2 months.
It's a non-story.
It's an absolute non-story.
Can they just get the news people and stack them up over the explosion sites and blow them up? Because you see them all doing their little stand-up. We're here minutes away from ba-boom. Gone.
They go flying.
Vultures.
They go they go cartoon flying.
Yeah. Whee! They love to sensationalize because there's going to be explosions at Ground Zero. They have to tie it in,
controlled,
bring up people's emotions,
and each blast lasts about a second. I'm hearing, or even less than a second.
Nothing.
It's just a quick,
Yeah.
Blam.
It's that's it. That's all you hear.
Thank God they clarified it's going to be different than 9/11, though. I was very concerned.
So was I.
I was thinking it was going to be a replica.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty similar.
Exactly the same.
Spit in her face.
So you think that story's dumb? Well, it's hurricane season, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. And let me preface this story.
Hurricane Alberto is on the way.
By saying, just wait for the first Gulf hurricane. The first one that's in the Gulf. You will see the news hoping creaming over the remote chance that New Orleans might get hit. That will be the biggest thing. Oh my God! Where's the storm track taking it? We go live now to New Orleans. Are they ready? Are the levees ready? They are waiting, just jacking at the prospect of it.
Yep. Well, the first one is already on its way. Alberto. Where is it?
Alberto.
It's giving Florida some rain the next couple of days. Yeah. That's it.
Is it a hurricane or is it a tropical storm?
They're calling it Hurricane Alberto.
It is a hurricane now? Ugh. Oh, my goodness.
So we got the latest audio. Here it is. Oh. Hurricane Alberto.
Tropical storm Alberto is approaching the Florida.
Tropical storm.
I hate the way she said Alberto.
Alberto. Well, you have to say it like Alberto.
Alberto.
You can't say Alberto.
Was he marching in the Puerto Rican Day Parade yesterday?
Alberto.
Creating havoc wherever he marched.
Yeah, had that to deal with here in New York City, too.
Oh, I fleed Manhattan.
Did you fled?
I fleed. I fleed. I fleeted.
Or fledded.
No, I fleeted it.
You have to.
I said
you
this,
have to.
I thought it was a good weekend to leave Manhattan.
It really is.
Because they get a little unruly.
Well, they have a certain zest for life, certain zest for living.
The Puerto Rican Day Parade gets a little unruly sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yesterday I watched MSNBC. They had an investigative report thing that they do, and I love watching all those on prisons and stuff. But they showed this captured on tape segment, and last night they just happened to show the 2000 Puerto Rican Day Parade. With the videotaping of all the wilding that was going on.
Also known as Christmas.
With the drenching of the girls with water, and they're trying to pick them up like bowling balls, and they're smacking them, and they're ripping their tops off, and it was just...
No one was safe that day.
No, and no one did anything.
No.
Like, the part of that story was look at the crowd just looking, not getting worked up or excited, or not just kind of... They just looked like it was a show going on. These women just being sexually assaulted.
This parade actually has rape in the brochure, and it's scheduled. It says meet at the park at 5:30. All rapes will begin after 5:30.
Is that right after the 6-year-olds dressed as prostitutes go by on the street? Can you Puerto Rican people have some, I don't know...
Modesty.
Modesty with your children? A little more appropriately dressed. I can understand if they're women, because their women are just dressed like what they call a hoochie mama. Like a hoochie mama with just boobs hanging out of these little midriff tops and stuff and little short shorts. And they're marching and stuff. And then you'll see like 9, 10-year-old girls walking down wearing
mini-me versions.
Things. Yeah, same things.
Mini-me versions of their hoochie mamas.
Unbelievable. Gangs marching in the parade.
In all fairness, though, there was no problems this year, but
no.
There was some controversy leading up to the parade because they put the word out to the businesses on Fifth Avenue and the really nice buildings on Fifth Avenue.
Some of the nicest stores in the world this side of Rodeo Drive are on Fifth Avenue.
They were begging the businesses not to board up their windows and doorways this year.
Yeah, makes it look bad. Well, I'll tell you why there's been no trouble pretty much since 2000 is because the police presence now is unbelievable. God bless our men in blue. Helicopters, rooftop observation, undercover in the crowd, and just a huge uniformed presence everywhere.
Yeah, when I was driving back into Manhattan last night, I couldn't believe they were still all over the place, the cops, even though the parade was hours over.
Yeah. I think Keith was stuck in the middle of that one, too.
Really?
Yeah. You want a nice Sunday off watching some games, and you guys stand in the middle of that.
A little, we went off on a little tangent there, but Hurricane Alberto, it's not a hurricane. It's a tropical depression.
Yeah.
But they have to talk about it on the news because hurricanes are very hot right now as far as the news organizations go.
Tropical storm Alberto is approaching the Florida coastline, and as it does, people are making preparations like packing stores and stocking up on supplies. Most of Florida's west coast under a tropical storm watch as Alberto strengthens in the Gulf. Not expected, however, to become a hurricane, but as Mike Woods knows, tropical storms can wreak quite a bit of havoc themselves. Stanley Hook, New Jersey we go. Mike Woods on a gorgeous Monday
Mike's
morning.
Got nothing.
Hi, Mikey.
Hi there, Lucy. Yeah, isn't it amazing?
I love it.
See out at the beaches at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's all yours. I mean, check it out. I mean, Doesn't get much better than that. We've got Sandy Hook, New Jersey, the beach. So we're talking about the New Jersey shore today, and going to give you some swim safety tips in just a little while. Of course, it's going to be quite a while.
Wait a minute.
That could be the worst improv I've ever heard a human being do.
No,
Isn't that horrible?
That's Mike Woods. He's one of the worst here in New York.
Is he the black guy, the weatherman?
He's the black weather guy they go to, and he never has anything. He has nothing in that stupid head of his.
He is the worst at improv. He can't do it. He doesn't know when to get out of it. Like, he can't just get out of his improv and into the weather.
How many times are you going to say, we're here at the beach, the weather, you get the sand, the sky.
Sandy Hook, Jersey Shore, the beach. You're here by yourself.
Shells. There's shells here.
Just sand.
Shells. Jellyfish.
And speaking of sand, it's going to rain on it.
Yeah, beach.
It'll hit the sand at some point.
Well, let's get.
I got nothing.
Let's get another clip here.
So let's show you the radar and satellite across the country. You can see not a whole lot happening here in the tri-state area.
Say that
the big
again.
focus is actually the tropical storm.
Not a lot happening in my brain. Back to
in
you.
this head of mine.
Right.
He is the worst.
Tri-state area, the big focus is actually the tropical storm, which is down in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see the showers and storms that aren't necessarily around the center of that storm, but still, it looks like it's going to gain a little strength, gain a little organization, and then swing across northern Florida, somewhere near Tampa Bay, over the next about 36 hours or so. Right now, the winds are at 50 miles per hour, and it probably will strengthen a little bit more so and become a fairly strong tropical storm as it passes over the north end of Florida and then heads out toward the Carolinas. And that's why we have to watch this storm very closely, because it could swing fairly close to us and then definitely kick up the surf and possibly add some showers to the East Coast as well. It doesn't look like we're taking a direct impact from that storm.
Shut up.
God, direct impact. From that, doesn't look like we're taking a direct impact from that storm. Look at the words he's using.
Yeah, why don't you...
It's nothing. It's a rainstorm. It's not even a hurricane, and not going to be a hurricane.
Yeah, and the odds that we would ever get a direct impact are so ridiculous.
Well,
especially this early in the season. By the way, the water has to be a lot warmer.
Yeah.
For us to take a direct hit.
Oh, but they got to get the local little angle. We're going to get some weather from this eventually when it works its way up the coast as a drizzle. Really. But drizzle can be annoying. You don't know what intermediate wiper setting to set, and, sometimes your wiper goes blop, blop if your windshield's too dry. Sometimes you get a little too much rain before it goes again, and this could cause a problem during the commute. I got nothing. Back to you.
Let's go to Steve in Stony Brook. Steve.
Horrid weather, man.
Steve.
I hate that, though.
Hello.
Hey, Steve.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Hi.
Steve.
Hey, I work for an airline. We go down to Puerto Rico quite often, and we got a special word for the hoochie mamas down there.
Yeah.
We got these year-old ladies wearing their tank tops and their tight little pants with their junk hanging out, and we call that Hispandex.
Hispandex. You see a lot of camel toe, do you?
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hispandex. I like that. Thank you, sir.
Latin women are fantastic. They're really sexy. But the problem is the Puerto Rican Day Parade. There's no weight limit cutoff.
Yes.
To who dresses like that. I don't mind if some like 19-year-old chick dresses like that, but some big fatso who's in her 40s.
Big fatty.
Get a hold of yourself.
Yes, there's something about the Hispanic and African American communities that it doesn't matter how big a gal gets. She says she looks good to herself, she's going to dress like that.
Well, God bless her, Anthony.
I look good.
I look good.
Oh,
I just got my hair did.
My hair did.
Speaking of fat women, I was at the cellar last night, and there's a little to do in the corner. Ooh. This is what society is. And Ava, who runs the Comedy Cellar, who is Manny's wife, I hear her just shushing somebody. Come on, keep it down a little bit. And then 5 minutes later, I see this big fat girl walk in front of me on the way out the door. She leaves in a huff. Big fat girl. And so afterwards, I see Ava, and I go, what was that? She goes, well, I shushed her while you were on. And when Ava goes, could you keep it down? This fat girl turned around and put her fingers up and went, I got it. And then 4 minutes later, said to Ava, you made me so uncomfortable, I have to leave, and walked out.
I got it.
I saw her upstairs, this fat girl who didn't like being shushed. I've never... I wanted to bite her. You know where I wanted to bite her? Between the shoulder and neck on the back.
Oh.
Like where I would... If I was...
Where a roll of fat would be on her.
And she was... she had like 3/4 length pants on and mopey, dumpy mop hair. If you're listening, if you are the fat girl who was talking, I wanted to bite you. They physically had to keep me from walking over to her.
And just taking a bite out of her.
And just saying to her... You're uncomfortable, you're talking during the show, and I just kept saying fat, and I kept saying things like this yammering mountain, the monster at the bar.
The monster.
Oh, just a big fat girl victim. Didn't like being shushed, did you, fat life of the party? That's what's wrong with our society. She couldn't understand what a cumbersome burden she is to everybody.
It's people that have this self-importance.
And I was the sweetest person on earth. She wouldn't yell at you. She was just like, probably asked her nicely to be quiet. I know how she is. She wouldn't yell at the woman.
Right.
You know?
There's this thing that goes on in anything public. It's just there's people that feel they are the most important person on the face of the earth. That for some reason they have blinders on and no one else is there, and they're free to just carry out their business and go about their life, no matter how inconvenient it is for everyone else or bothersome it is for everybody else. Goes for the cell phones in the movie theaters, and people yapping at comedy shows, people yelling stuff out. Enough.
We got the...
You're not special, okay?
You made me uncomfortable. Yeah, how? Did she buy you a medium? Ugh. Stupid self-centered elephant.
She brought you a salad by accident.
Without bacon bits sprinkled on it. You want some bacon bits
and croutons. I'm eating healthy.
Have a big plate of Oreos to bring over to fat people at comedy clubs that won't be quiet, because you know they won't be using their mouth for anything but down in those Oreos.
And they should take a hammer and mush the Oreos, and then the staff should like spit into it like a bunch of birds, and that's how it should be lubricated. And then you should just shovel it in with a spoon and make this noise. Nah, nah, nah.
Okay, there's another way to look at it.
Scoop, scoop.
All right.
Was she about size 14?
Was she a great big loud person?
All right, we'll take a break. We got some audio from the Puerto Rican Day Parade. We'll see how it went. I'm hearing there was no real problems this year. But we got J-Lo and Bloomberg and parade goers talking about the Puerto Rican Day Parade that happened here in New York City yesterday. And they're saying it was 100% success.
Of course it was.
It's the O&A virus spreading across America.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony.
Mister, are you okay? That really looked like it hurt. Mister. Okay, goodbye.
I can't tell one from the other. I don't know who this one is, what his name.
Yeah. No. I'm turning it around to the large screen. I know the interns, blah, blah, blah. We don't know their names, and they get all the orders wrong. What else is new? It's been happening since we started in radio. But on the big screen behind you, first storm aims at Florida. Hello, Alberto.
Why is he wearing that stupid rain jacket?
And they have to show the surf, and there's nothing going on.
Nothing.
There's people walking and playing.
Right. There's little kids splashing around and frolicking. They're frolicking.
Now they're showing Louisiana. Look, now they gotta show New Orleans.
Right.
Now they gotta show a real hurricane with roofs blowing off and damage that real hurricanes do.
Look, man, hurricanes are hot. We understand that. Shark attacks hot this time of year. Hurricanes hot this time of year. Well, let's wait until a real one comes along. Nothing's gonna happen with this Alberto. Nothing. But they have to start in with the fear.
Gotta start.
You know?
Well, hurricane season has started officially with Alberto.
Let's say hi to Steve in Boston. Steve, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
What do you say, Steve?
Oh, first I got to say, you guys are the best. I've been listening to you when you were on the, that other crappy station.
Which one?
In New York.
We've been on a lot of crappy stations for some reason. I don't think we've ever worked for a good station. I got to be honest with you. They always bring us in to clean up the mess.
Well, I'm happy, and that's what makes me good. So,
Thank you, sir.
What I was going to say is, I was up in Boston a couple weekends ago. There was O&A stickers plastered, like, pretty much everywhere. My favorite was right by Wrigley Field. No parking anytime. No parking was covered up by
Wrigley Field in Boston.
You what,
dummy?
That place, I don't know. I pissed on the
Wrigley Field in Boston.
Fan, so.
Oh,
wait. All right. So you're at Wrigley
Fenway Park. Here you go.
Oh, all right.
I'm just getting over a really long weekend, guys. You got to bear with me.
We really don't have to.
yeah.
Watch this.
Here's the beauty of being us. Your long weekend will now be suffered by you and your bored friends.
You know what you try to do. What you try to do in radio. I want to tear down one of the walls. You come back from break with maybe a quick phoner with something that's happening with the show. And I picked Steve.
Yeah,
I picked Steve. He was supposed to say I was in Boston, and there are WOW stickers everywhere. And then I say something like, "See, they're breaking out the WOW stickers in Boston."
Right.
Thank you, WBCN. And then we move on to something else. Yeah. A minute and a half into the phone call, we realized Steve had nothing because he decided to drink a little too much over the weekend. I think I almost got arrested for walking into a woman's locker room the other day.
A women's locker room, yeah.
A women's locker room, yes.
Why?
Well, I remember last week there was a lot of rain and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I figure out how that has you walking into a women's locker room.
So I went to the gym in a hooded sweatshirt, and I didn't feel like bringing an umbrella, so I had the hood on, and I had it, like, pulled down tight around my face.
Unabomber-like?
Yeah, it was an oversized sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk into my gym, and I walk into the locker room, and I turn the corner, and I'm staring at a lady in a tiny, tiny little towel.
Ooh.
She looks at me. I look at her. She starts screaming. I say, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," as I leave the locker room going, "Oh, my God, I'm going to be arrested because it looks like I went in there to rape her."
Yeah. Did you?
Oh, of course not.
She only had a towel on him. It was her
And then
fault.
I'm like, "Oh, my God, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then eventually when she realized that I was not going to rape her, she's like, "It's okay, it's okay." And I'm like, "No, it's not okay. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. It's okay, it's okay." And I'm embarrassed as I walk out of the locker room. See, what happened is my gym is redoing the ladies' locker room.
Yeah.
Redoing it. So what they decided to share the one remaining good locker room. So on odd days, the men's locker room, which I'm used to walking into, becomes the ladies' locker room.
And what do you guys use?
So you got to look at a calendar and go, oh, all right, I could use the men's locker room today.
But what happens on odd days for the other sex?
There's enough of the locker room that's available just to do a quick change or something, but there's no showers. You can't take a leak. You can't shave in the nude by the sink because that's what you have to do if you're in a men's locker room.
That's what guys do.
Amen.
Just stand by the locker in shame and put your clothes on. Why do you got to parade around naked?
Why do you have to shave naked? Why do you have to brush your teeth naked?
Guys just walk around and have conversations. How you doing, Bob? How's that stock I told you about? And just hanging out.
Somebody fumbled with Anthony. I'm convinced.
Why?
Because he reacts to nudity of other men too oddly.
I cannot stand nudity of other men.
I understand not seeking it out, not going, hey, but...
are you crazy?
He gets really uncomfortable. Like,
it annoys me.
Yeah, if you walk into a locker room, you're going to see nudity.
Absolutely.
From time to time, yes. The point I'm making, is, why do you have to be nude to do certain things? Why do you have to be nude to shave? Why are you shaving at a gym anyway?
Shaving
nude.
Chit-chatting is the worst. The guy that's sitting there just, picking his toenails naked, talking to his buddy. Hey, how you doing? With his legs akimbo, he's got his foot up in his lap.
I like that.
The hell is that about? Walking around naked. There are towels. Wrap yourself up. Go from the shower to your locker. I understand you're going to have to at some point drop your towel and put your undies on and then the rest of your clothes. But
your
that's
underpants.
When your underpants. But that's when that is done. Not during a chit-chat.
But I think I think that you're uncomfortably, you're like abnormally uncomfortable. Like I can picture in his mind when he's getting dressed, but as he's drying off to when he's putting his underwear on, he's going, "Put it on, on before he touches you. Put it on before he touches you. That's what he's saying.
I know.
Put the pants on before he touches you.
I was never. I will swear to you.
You probably don't remember. I don't think you're lying.
No.
I just think that all those times you think you were on a Ferris wheel or eating cotton candy, that's just what your mind is
what my
telling
mind told me. Although there's one instance I remember, not of any type of touching or anything, but my father decided at one point
you did not shower with your father,
that it was time to teach me and my brother to shower and not take baths anymore. I think I can't. I must have been 6. And my brother was probably 7.
So he broke out the video camera.
8. So the old 8mm film camera came out.
Him and 6 of his friends taught us
home movies. No, it was time. It was time to teach the boys how to shower instead of just taking.
You went into a shower with your dad?
It was at home.
Doesn't matter where it was.
It doesn't matter where.
No one said it was on the road.
Right.
No,
that makes it better.
Believe me, something. This could be it then. This could be it. So, my father's under the water, and I'm like pinned against the back wall, just kind of like I'm uncomfortable with the situation. Even at 6 years old, I just didn't like this. I've always been a very modest boy,
and
very modest,
skinny little legs in the shower with dear old dad,
of course,
and his Italian hog,
steamy.
Your little Fiona Apple body, shivering and delicious.
I was all just shy. And
shy and cold in the corner because you're not brave enough to get under the hot faucet.
Seeing his dad
That's
nude,
too close to daddy.
It messed him up. This is why he's so uncomfortable. And I mean, look,
maybe that's
you know what? I don't blame him. I've heard these stories from other people in my life where they had a shower with their dad at one point.
Yeah, it got worse because he then backed up by the controls to the shower and said, "Okay, now you get under the water and soap yourself up." But as he's standing there, the water was still kind of hitting his head and streaming down his body. And as you then, if you're a guy and you have certain appendages, the water will come off of that and look like he's doing something.
I got
as opposed to just shower. It looked like, because if you stick your arm out, water is going to run down your arm, down your finger, and then stream off the tip of your finger, right? Yeah. So any other appendage is going to react the same way. So I thought he was in the middle of doing something.
It's about time we get into this with Anthony.
Something that wouldn't end, because as long as the water hit the top of his head, it was going to look like he was doing something. So he kept going, "Come here and just get under the water." And I was like, no. And I'm just looking down and looking at the water running off and going, no. I was horrified.
Nick Nolte was more comfortable in The Prince of Tides describing his childhood than you are.
How many showers did you take with your old dad?
It was a one and done, my friend.
No, it wasn't. I think this
one and
Anthony was
done.
15.
Yeah.
It was one and done. But why? Why do I remember that, though? You're right. That stands out in my mind.
That should stand out in your mind.
And it was horrific to me.
That's a little weird, and I'm sure the phones will light up with people that showered with their dad and stuff. I don't know. I don't get it. I saw my dad's, once.
What?
Once.
And how was that done?
Well, we were at the Bronx Zoo, and it was...
What?
What? We were at the Bronx Zoo.
Comparing it with the elephant's trunk?
Yeah. And we went behind a bush.
And the lamb, when he put peanut butter on it, the lamb came over and through the fence. Mama, what's the lamb doing? Just don't say anything, Greg.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
We were at the Bronx Zoo, the whole family, and me and a few of the boys had to, relieve ourselves.
Yeah.
Me and a few, maybe another brother or two. I don't know. There was more than just me and my dad. And we lined up at the urinals.
Yeah.
And my dad was pretty damn proud because he's Mr.
Superman stance?
Almost Superman stance. Steps back just slightly too far.
Never enjoyed anybody that did the Superman stance.
And I'm next to him as close as possible. I gotta get as close as possible.
That's what I gotta do.
Gotta get close as possible.
Not only that, I gotta position my hands so no one can see from the side view.
What did you do after that shower?
So it looks like I'm a what's the What's the slogan for the Whopper? It takes two hands to handle the Whopper.
So then I looked over, and
why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
All right, I'll end this.
I got OCD. We can do this all day. You're not going to win that one.
I just think it's funny.
And I'm not going to get an answer either. I would like to know why.
Not like, but you're looking around like a little kid.
You peeked.
You peeked at Daddy.
You peeked in a rest area. Did you go? Psst?
It wasn't a rest area, you ass. It was the Bronx Zoo, and it was the men's room.
Oh, that's
both our dads.
And it was my pop.
Both our dads have since passed on, so they're looking down now, knowing this. They're embarrassed in heaven.
It was my pop.
They're avoiding eye contact in heaven. Did you mean you raised? I don't know what happened, David. Let's have a beer.
I was just trying to teach him to shower. Yeah, well, mine peaked.
Yeah, mine peaked. Yeah, well, look what it's like to have your kid yawning in the shower, walking towards you. I said, "What are you looking at, you little fairy?" And I guess it scarred him because now he can't put his underpants on fast enough in a locker room.
And he hates snot.
Well, I don't know where that came from.
Well, we'll find out one day.
Maybe.
And on your chin in that shower.
And all I can say is, I either looked myself or was there on view.
Peripheral.
I don't know exactly.
Something moved in your peripheral and you turned your head.
But I saw. And I said, and I looked at it as a coming attraction. I'm like, all right.
Ew.
I'm going to be all right someday.
Ew, you went, I'm
going to be all right someday. Nice. No, I didn't say it was nice, but I was relieved. I was relieved because I knew what I was sporting at the time. I was 10. I was like, oh, all right. This is what it's going to become.
10? You didn't already feel that you were doing okay?
I had nothing at 10.
Wow.
Nothing.
Interesting.
I had nothing until 17.
Wow. That's embarrassing.
I hit puberty late.
Is that why you lost your virginity at a later age? Were you embarrassed?
No, nobody. We've talked about this.
You looked like you were 8 years old until you were 17.
Dude, I was 5'2" in 10th grade, 91 pounds. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. I couldn't go searching for chicks at the grammar school.
So I checked it out and I thought, all right. That's what I got.
Yeah.
I didn't say all right. I said it was a coming attraction. I understood what mine was going to become, and I was pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing going on.
As he's standing there doing the Superman.
Look,
well, son.
Look, you share on this show, and this is what you get.
This is what you get.
No offense, Dad, if you're listening, but I just never thought to check you out. Sorry.
You've never seen your dad?
I might have. I don't remember.
Yeah?
Oh, I think we peed in the same...
Yeah. Good one, Jim.
How I was.
Jim's got the first dump of the day, I think.
Absolutely.
So childlike.
It's all right.
You and your
my dad and I think my dad was showing me how to in the bathroom, like an adult to stand in the toilet.
Oh, okay.
And I think we used the same one, like you were showing me.
Aw, that's cute.
I think so.
No, it's not.
It was. I remember I was getting my license that week, and he just... I would always sit, and he would go, "That's not right." And I would go, "But it makes me feel pretty, Dad."
Get up.
Let's say hi to Tom on Long Island. Tom.
Hey, Opie.
Yeah.
You looked at your father's junk as a coming attraction?
I know. Well.
Oh man.
Well, everyone knows.
Anthony has a fear. Whoa, boy.
Everyone knows that I don't pick my words too well on this radio show, but...
oh, man. And when you guys have boys of your own, you're going to be wonders when it's time to take showers.
I'm not taking showers with my kids.
I'll just tell my kid to stand up and turn the water on and use your common sense. I won't bring him and another boy in there and say, all right, let's show you how to shower.
If by some malfunction of birth control pills or anything else something ever happened, I would treat them like the Yates children bathing. That would end of problem.
Why didn't your dad just tell...
Glub, glub.
Why didn't he just stand you and Joe up in the shower and turn it on and stand outside and go, all right, now you just kind of soap up?
I don't know. He was probably hammered at the time. This seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
What do? You get in there and you show your boys how it's done.
Now, see, in my family, man, we didn't cross that line. We didn't shower together. The sex talk was uncomfortable.
No, never sex talk. What do you think? We were standing there.
No, I'm just saying, all at the same time.
I'm just saying. I'm just
shower sex talk. Hey, Mom, get in here. You look a little dirty. Let me scrub you back.
A little dirty.
I'm just saying all that stuff in my family. Like there was no nudity for the most part. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the Bronx News thing was a rare thing. Like okay, but when it came to discussing, as they like to call the birds and the bees,
dude, that's why I was so freaked out because my family it was the same thing. This was a one-time deal, and I think it showed how horrified. Like I was in horror, terrified that they never did it again. Like it would never ever happen again because I was positive he was going. And I couldn't get close to the running water because I didn't want to get hit by it.
You were like, man, Dad's a freak.
So it's like, come here, get under the water. And I'm like, no.
I bet you Anthony was right. And now as an adult, he's saying it was just the water. But I'll bet as a lad, you were right.
Oh, my God. It's all of a sudden going to transform into a whole different place. What really happened in my head.
The shower wasn't on.
It wasn't a shower.
Disciplining me.
It was a warehouse.
I had been bad, and he was showing me the error of my ways again.
Can I tell the sex story real fast? Do we have time?
Well, it all depends on what sex story you're talking about.
I'm just saying. Segue from that shower scene.
Wasn't right after the bathroom with the Superman stance.
I come from a big family, and we didn't shower together.
Apparently so. After your dad.
Large, like a lot of you.
Okay. See, we get confused.
And you know, the sex talk was always awkward and just uncomfortable. But I remember being in 6th grade. I've told this story on the air before. I remember being in 6th grade, and you go to school like any other day with your little lunch box, in my case, it was a big wall bounce bag with a bruised apple and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich made on Pepperidge Farm day-old bread. Thank you, Mom.
Poor people tend to live in clusters.
And like some change that rattled around for my milk that I had to buy. Oh. What an awful lunch. Worst lunches in all of school. Anyway, so I go to the old Washington Drive school there in Centerport. Show up for school like any other day, and as we file through the front doors after getting off the bus, they go, guys this way, girls this way.
Oh, jeez.
They're going to show the film. They're going to show the film.
It's like, this isn't like an ordinary day. What are they doing?
And they don't even warn you. So they just march you into the gymnasium. One side is for the guys, one side is for the girls, and they proceed to show the film.
Bobby is starting to notice he's growing hair in certain areas he didn't have it before. Hygiene is very of life.
That was horrible. Skipping films.
As it had the dancing hair, the one piece of hair across the screen.
Only the AV kid would know where to stick the pencil to stop the film from jumping.
Right. So saw the film, and then at the end of the film, they said we have instructed all your parents that we were showing you the film today, and if you have any questions, to ask your mommy and your daddy. Matter of fact, we have encouraged your parents to discuss some of the stuff you saw in the film today a little further.
Oh, encouraged.
Encouraged.
That's great.
So
you're supposed to go from 0 to 100 in one day.
So I get home from school that day, and I walk in the front door, and my mom and my dad are there. They're uncomfortable because they all know. They got the phone call or the letter or what have you.
Embarrassing.
And they asked how
archaic way to do this.
They asked how school was, and I just saw it in their eyes that they were like uncomfortably trying to start up the topic. And so at that point, I proceeded to run out of the house and climb up into an apple tree, and I refused to come down.
I think I saw that picture on the Saturday Evening Post cover. You climbed up an apple tree?
Taken outside the Moxley residence.
I refused to come down. And then I remember my dad trying to reason with me from the base of the apple tree while I'm way up there, man.
What was he yelling? Stop being a faggot! Come down, faggot!
I was not ready for the sex talk. No,
and
thank
then, me and your mother.
Right.
Just getting all done with business, doesn't care where you are. When a man and woman love each other, Jesus Christ, I'm yelling at an apple tree with a retard in it. I just started throwing apples at you.
That's right, strange fruit.
My thin, scrawny legs way up in the apple tree.
With a pair of shorts dangling with little socks all bunched up. Scared little Opie feet.
At least you haven't changed anything. It's still a tree full of fruit. Get down here, you faggot, and learn about it.
I'm scared up in the apple tree. All right.
The movie traumatized you, huh?
Oh, my God. I just was not ready for that.
No.
So I
Did you know anything before the movie?
Yeah, you know.
Leading into it, your friends talk?
A little bit. You discuss with your friends.
I knew by the time they showed us the movie, I knew everything. Like, there were a couple little things, but everything they showed in the movie, it was like,
yeah,
stop already.
But they told the parents to discuss further, and I said, no way. So I ran and I climbed up into the apple tree, and I refused to come down.
Never.
And then he's like, come on, it's not going to be that bad. Come on.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Never had this sex talk with the parents.
It's not going to be that bad. And then I finally got down after a while, I don't know, and we walked into the living room for the talk, and it was just like horrific.
Ugh.
Talking about mommy's boobies and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, how embarrassing, man.
Oh, it was the
Learn it on the streets, kids.
That's what I
Learn
said.
it in school, from your friends, from magazines, the internet, whatever. Just
what I
keep
say.
your parents out of it. They don't belong there telling you. It's an uncomfortable thing that's going to stand out in your mind forever. And no parent can do it right. Stop it.
All right, we got some great phone calls. If you guys could stay on hold for just a little bit, because we got to take a quick break.
Don't go anywhere.
We got phone calls like my 250-pound black female nanny showed me how to shower.
All right, I want to hear that one.
All right, Jay, you're going to have to wait through the break. Make sure Jay waits. And also, Pete on Long Island, please hold on. It says, saw father take a you-know-what,
saw him relieving himself in a sitting fashion.
There you go. Tony in St. Louis, you got to hang out, please. Dad used to walk around naked all the time.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Rob on Long Island, daughter is almost 4. I shower with her. Is this weird?
It's criminal. It's criminal, Rob.
Almost 4.
You don't shower with a girl if you're a man.
It's downright.
It doesn't. You leave it to a woman to do that, to teach a girl how to. Yes,
we're taught that it's wrong because there's too many creeps. But if it's genuinely this.
Stop it! You're insane.
I am not insane. I volunteer my services while parents are working to help teach people.
It freaked me out. Being in there with my father. You think a girl is going to want to see that?
It scarred you.
Also,
scarred me.
Also on the way.
He's here to shower with his 4-year-old daughter. But we found out he might have been here for...
Oh, my God. They didn't highlight the best part of the story. Who does the highlighting?
Dateline guy pokes his head in the shower curtain. Hey, what are you doing here?
Yes.
Showering with my daughter. What?
Why wouldn't they highlight the best part of this story?
What's the best part, my sweet angel?
It's someone that doesn't understand comedy. I guarantee you didn't highlight this.
He might have. He got no sleep. Dan got home from a wedding in Vermont at 1 a.m.
No? Yeah, I didn't think so. This is the punchline right here that wasn't highlighted. Susan Sarandon had a run-in with a horny dolphin. The story's in the paper today. It's hilarious.
Ooh.
And then over the weekend, implant horror. Man paralyzed in penile bungle.
Bungle.
It's a great story.
You don't want penile and bungle in the same sentence.
Especially with paralyzed in it as well.
Yeah, paralyzed is another word.
We got lots of radio still to do. It's the ONA virus spreading across America.
They're funny, man.
We got to get right back to the phones. 1-866-313-FREE. 1-866-313-FREE. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. World Cup Soccer.
Care? Oh,
no,
what?
not at all.
Does anyone care? Although I do see...
We're just trying to relate to the audience out there. And
what audience? The ones that drive Toyota Celicas with spoilers on the back and Brazilian flags over the hood?
Who the hell is watching World Cup?
A lot of the world.
World Cup Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
We have baseball. You enjoy your stupid soccer.
Yeah, we don't really, it never really took off.
The United States plays,
yeah, Anyone know? Care?
The Czech Republic today.
Oh, well, then it's going to be a good game. Then I'll watch. Did you hear a couple of English soccer hooligans were arrested in Germany?
A couple hundred again, right?
Well, a couple for one thing. For painting swastikas and SS emblems on their body to kind of taunt the Germans. Yeah, Jimmy just spit his eggs out. And it's illegal in Germany to have any kind of Nazi. You can't do anything Nazi.
Yeah,
over
they
there.
took that out of the game.
They
over there.
really freaked out. Rightly so. So anything,
Well, they're trying to change their image. So.
Yeah, they want to change their image. Any emblems or anything, you get thrown in jail. So they were doing that to taunt the Germans.
Soccer fans, when there's black players, they throw bananas on the field.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are savages.
Yeah, they with the American team, they were making like 9/11 signs they were holding up.
They did not go there.
They went there.
They went there?
Yes.
I love hearing about how decadent and awful Americans are. And when the rest of the world, when you look at your piggish soccer fans, they're just a disgrace. And there's 80,000 of them in one building. They're awful.
Yeah, those stadiums are just huge.
Yeah, the rest of the world just loves their soccer.
In every one of those stadiums, too, it's just a matter of time before they're going to be beheadings held in them. They're just such savages. Savages. It's a soccer game, and they're just beating the crap out of each other in the stands. They're threatening or trying to kill players or refs. It's amazing.
They killed one in Colombia.
They killed a player in Colombia or a ref, right?
No, it was a goalie who scored on his own team by accident, and they yelled own goal and shot him.
Yeah, why not? It's soccer. It's very important.
You got it.
What else do you have in your life?
It was
down
a big
there?
loss. Let's say hi to Jay in D.C. Jay, what's up?
What's going on, boys?
Hello, Jay.
What up, Jay?
So, when I was 6, my sister was 7.5. I had a nanny. Her name was Nana Flo. And she taught me and my sister how to bathe ourselves. So we all got naked, and she put us in the shower and taught us how to lather up.
How many times
Only thing I can remember.
How many times did Nana Flo do this?
What's that?
How many times did she do this?
Just once.
All right.
To educate us.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can remember to this day of the whole experience was the Brillo pad colored thick vat of...
All right, stop right there so we can get on the air possibly.
I think everybody can understand when you say Brillo pad.
Yeah.
At eye level.
Wow, at eye level. Holy jeez. And it wasn't weird showering with your sister?
Well, it was Nana Flo, and, that it made sense at the time.
Did Nana Flo, was she like, you're going to learn to shower now? Or was...
she was your southern black...
Oh, southern black woman.
Why was she nicknamed Nana Flo? Everybody wants to know.
Please, don't ask.
It wasn't like a scene from Carrie in that shower, was it?
Oh, my God.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right,
Nana Flo, teaching you how to shower. Wonderful.
Charmer.
Let's go to Paul on Long Island. Paul, what's up?
Yeah, my dad used to just come in the bathroom, fill a sink with warm water, and bob his bottom in there just to wash it instead of taking a shower.
Just kind of freshen up in the sink?
While you were brushing your teeth?
He's from the old country.
Oh, God.
Wait, he was from the old country.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Of course. That's
where, Rome in 5 B.C.? How old a country was this savage father of yours from?
Just rubbing various oils and herbs into his skin.
Yes. He's laying there while a bunch of sentries stand around him and do something that's good for his skin.
Let's go to Pete on Long Island. Pete, what's up?
Hey, man. When I was 9, family went to Italy. My father's one of those old country guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I got to go to the bathroom. He says, all right. We're at this place, and he takes me in there, and there's a hole in the floor with just constant running water on it. And I'm like, I don't have to pee it. He's like, oh. He's like, it's not a big deal. So he drops trowel, squats down, talking
to you, and it just
dropping a log.
Using the hole in the floor.
Yes.
Where the hell were you staying? Guantanamo?
I was in Italy in some dive. It was horrible. So then he drops the log while he's talking to me, and then he gets a push stick and pushes it down the hole.
A push stick is involved? What year was
and
this?
He's like, all right, you go. And I'm like, I can. I was constipated for like 3 days after that.
Did you then smuggle young Vito Corleone to New York? What year? When you stay in a hotel, aren't you sure if there's a toilet or not?
This was 1980.
Oh, well, 1980.
Of course, that was...
Yes, everyone knows the toilet wasn't invented until well into the 90s.
Right. I have no idea how much of that story made the air, but
that's why
very
I would
funny.
never go to any of these savage countries, even Italy. I don't know. I don't know enough about Europe. Some people find it charming. I need a good hotel.
Yeah. All right, let's say hi to Tony in St. Louis. Tony!
Hey, what's up, boys?
What's up, Tony?
Hey, when I was little, I think I got everybody beat. When I was little, my dad used to do his entire routine in the morning naked around the house. We're talking from get up, grab the coffee, to the bathroom, to the shower, back into the living room to watch TV.
That's just downright creepy, man.
Yeah, very creepy.
Were they nudists?
No, that's what he did. I had an older sister, and I had a younger brother, and when I was 12, my mom says, look, you should probably start wearing a robe, and in protest, he'd wear this robe but wouldn't tie it.
Oh, that's just... I don't know what to say about that one. That's just downright creepy, no?
Yeah,
very creepy.
I'll just back out of it.
You shouldn't have a father.
With it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Your father should not be walking around naked.
One more, and then we'll move on to some other things. Rob on Long Island, what's up? Hey, Rob. Rob, Long Island. Daughter is almost 4. I shower with her. Is this weird? You?
I guess he hung up.
He was there.
Maybe when I said it was criminal.
All right, let's go to Rob in Jacksonville. Rob, what's going on? You're next on the Opie and Anthony Show. Rob?
I'm supposed to follow all that hotness. Hey, I saw little Jimmy Norton on the Lucky Lou last night.
Yes.
I want to say congratulations. That was a step for chinless gentlemen everywhere.
Thank you.
A step.
And then next, Bob Kelly, or Bobby, as he's called in Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
Spent 30 minutes feeling up Dane Cook, hopping into bed with him, sharing a cup of coffee, and then skipping down the street.
Well, Bob Kelly was the star of Tourgasm last night on HBO, absolutely.
There was a lot of homoerotic behavior by Bob, now that you mention it.
And you wonder why he has a game of sewer, punching out.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Rob.
Bob's
a man.
All right. What do you guys got over there that you're chuckling about?
I was instructed to go to Amazon.com and look up Jimmy Norton's HBO One Night Stand, which is available on DVD.
Yes.
And, you know, when you go to Amazon, you can read the reviews from people that have seen the DVDs. And there are plenty of reviews written for Jimmy's DVD. But it seems, I don't know, they all have a common thread, common theme.
Can I tell you this one that really made me laugh?
Yeah.
When I saw that man I often see lurking outside my brother's middle school had his own comedy DVD, I just had to see it. I found his saucy language and wacky antics mildly amusing. Damn shame about all the stuff I'm hearing about him being sick. Good luck, bro. All they want to do is make each other laugh.
Yeah, that's all they want to do. This is not, but they're all 4-star and 5-star reviews.
Yes, they're good.
This is R.I.P. Jimmy. This is Lil Jimmy Norton's farewell show. He died of AIDS the day before a relative's wedding, but he's in a better place up in the sky with a robe, some broth, a little dog, getting his massaged by Robert Reed.
Why?
I first saw Jim Norton's HBO special with my friend Robert when I went to his house to walk his dog and water his plants. He laughed so hard he spilled his broth and coughed blood on his robe. Robert would have absolutely recommended this if he were still alive.
Just asses.
And then, if that isn't enough, great comedy. My son Lil Connor and I laughed for hours. It was a great show to watch before going out on the boat. It's all our stupid pest listeners throwing in their funny little comments. Some of them you can't even read. They're just too bad. They're just too...
one of the best Down syndrome comics there is on the scene. Jimmy Robinson's last DVD before retiring to collect butterfly wings is a true example of the talent and wit that Rich Voss doesn't have. Recorded in front of an all-white audience of trannies. This will have your sides splitting with indifference and leaves you wishing you two had taken a trip in a motorboat at an early age. What a bunch of asses. It's all AIDS and tranny references. Oh, they're awful.
You gotta love the pests.
They really make me laugh.
Let's say hi to Carmen. What's your name there, buddy?
Calman.
Calman, what's up? You're from Jersey?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
This is kind of a traumatizing story for me. This was my first kid, my first daughter, I should say. And, she was 2 years old. Sometimes it's quicker to, hose her off in the shower than it is to give her a bath.
Right.
So, I was never really too comfortable with the situation anyway, so I'm washing her and everything, and so I'm starting to, wash her, everywhere down there. I also proceeds to laugh and say, Daddy, that tickles.
Oh, no.
Wow.
You better send her to a convent.
Yeah, I'm yelling for my wife. I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here. He just lost his mind.
Of course.
I gotta leave.
You gotta call mommy immediately. Make sure you have a witness. I didn't do anything crazy.
Exactly. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, Dyfus is coming next week. I'm a mess.
Right on. Good story, Calman.
Okay.
A lot of girls have the stories of when they kind of lost it in the bathtub by themselves with the old whatever it is, a water pick, shower massage, things like that. So shower, very dangerous place.
Very dangerous place.
That guy had no business pointing that shower head there.
But it's weird, like even an innocent interaction, that's just like something that is because there's so many creeps in the world. It's like you just panic now and run out.
Well, because the kid's going to go to school now. And say, I was in the shower with Daddy.
Hey, Daddy,
and he
tickled me. Show me on the doll where it tickled.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Next thing you know, the authorities are at your house for something innocent.
Through your computer.
Because your daughter doesn't know when to shut up.
That's right. Because you raised a little blabbermouth.
Right. He just runs out and leaves her there with the scalding water handles.
Yeah. How open, baby? Snitches get stitches, kiddo.
Well, let's talk about Manuel Chambers. Poor Manuel Chambers.
Oh, is that his name?
This was in the New York Post over the weekend. Yesterday, I believe. The headline reads, Implants Horror, Man Paralyzed in Penile Bungle.
Jeez, this guy's got it rough right from the first sentence.
He belongs in a box of Uncle Ben's rice. Look at his face.
He does look very sad.
It says, bedridden. Manuel Chambers is suing the hospital where he underwent a crippling penile implant surgery.
Oh.
A 74-year-old prostate cancer survivor hoped surgery would help him please his sweetheart. Instead, it left him paralyzed.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Manuel Chambers, a retired warehouse worker, claims in a lawsuit that he went to blah, blah, blah following his cancer battle and was advised to get a penile prosthetic so he could remain sexually active.
Right.
I remember exactly. What was he going for? The blow-up one or something?
Probably one of those hydraulic or pneumatic ones that have a pump. Magnetic?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
She drinks a weird, there's some kind of a drink you drink, and if he's got like a magnetic implant, it works when you're that close to her.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Jimmy.
That is hysterically funny. And I almost was believing it. I'm like, wait a minute, that can't possibly...
Of course it can't be. What if you spill it somewhere?
Walking by a construction yard where they use one of those magnetic things that pick up metal. I'm like, whoa! I was thinking that might work.
I remember
it can't.
I remember exactly what he said, recalled Chambers, who emigrated from blah, blah, blah. He said, your wife will be very happy when you go home. Chambers, a Brooklyn father of three, whose wife died in 1999, was keen to continue dating, so he agreed. I had a girlfriend. That's why I asked for the implant, he said. Now I don't have anybody.
Oh,
the
boy.
girl left him?
Dumped him.
Of course.
Now your legs don't even work? Adios.
Prior to the operation, the doctor, I guess,
anesthetized
Chambers with an injection to the lower back. That's where things went wrong, Chambers said. The doctor told the silver-haired retiree that he should be able to walk around the same day, but I couldn't walk, I couldn't move my feet, I couldn't move my legs, Chambers said. He went back to the doctor, and a few days later, because he still couldn't walk, he just passed by the bed. He didn't stop, Chambers said. He said he was too busy. But Chambers, who had played soccer, baseball, and cricket even after his retirement, persisted. He said the doctor eventually administered medication but never addressed the paralysis. When I go to his office, he tests my pulse and tells me to come back in 2 weeks, Chambers said. Chambers told the doctor to remove the implant. Last year, the doctor did, but problems persisted, including bleeding. The doctor did not respond to requests.
Why is he using the same doctor that paralyzed him?
Yeah.
How about switching physicians, you dope?
The end of the story is he's not mad at the doctor. He says there's no hard feelings.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, that's not bad.
Episode of Kenny, everyone.
That's not bad, Kenny.
Why is he going to the same guy?
I don't know.
How many excuses can the guy come up with after 3 years while he can't walk?
On an all-new house.
Mr. Chambers is back. Oh, gee. All right.
Right.
Oh, on an all-new house, a penile implant bungle.
Oh, nothing below the waist works.
House needs to harvest the junk of 20 people to cure one person. Is it worth it? Watch House.
He starts questioning God.
What? Hate that show. Wow, poor bastard. Then he had a chick and she left. Because now he's not
Stephen,
only can he not satisfied, they can't even walk around together.
Stephen from Bayshore, it's a great line. It needs to be read. Al Dukes, get ready.
Oh, can we fix
Oh, no.
it?
Huh?
Can we fix it?
Can't we just work around it?
Yeah, all right. I'll try to work
Jesus.
around it. Sure, why not? Manuel got what he wanted. He'll be effed for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The old genie bottle. Rub it. I just want to be effed for the rest of my life. There you go. Old wheelchair man.
Next thing you know, you're buried in quicksand up to your neck, and there you are. You're effed for life. All right, CO&A virus spreading across America. We'll continue with some other babble in just a bit. What's going on, man? Hey, who saw the Tony Awards last night?
Oh, I love the Tonys. It was fabulous. Yeah, I don't think a lot of guys watch the Tonys. Ben was just saying some bar and, the Sox game was on and a couple of guys walked in and said, "Are you going to be showing the Tonys here?" And it was like the scene in Animal House when they walked into that bar and everything just stopped. You want to watch the game. I don't think they're switching off the game so you could watch the Tonys. Where's our Tonys expert? Where's our Broadway expert? Steve C.
Steve C. is the Tony expert.
Of course he is. This guy's seen more Broadway plays than anyone I know, gay, straight, or gay. Anyone? You have seen many shows, haven't you?
I have seen a fair number of shows. Sure.
I've seen a couple. I'm a hack Broadway guy, though. Like, I only see the ones that the people that really appreciate Broadway can't stand, or like the touristy ones. Like I saw The Lion King.
Well, Broadway in and of itself is pretty touristy. If you're seeing,
well, I know, but that's just it. You go see what? Jimmy, what show did you see?
I've seen two. I saw The Odd Couple, because my friend Rob Bartlett.
Of course.
That was the last show I saw. Odd Couple.
It.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I also went and saw Glengarry Glen Ross.
See, Glengarry Glen Ross. That's one of those that, like, a tourist won't go see.
Glengarry Glen Ross is a real play,
I think so. I think so, because when we went, it was Alan Alda. Liev Schreiber. Who else?
Tom Wopat was in it. Jeffrey Tambor.
Right. I mean, it was a
really
lot
good cast.
But like Cats. That was another one. It was on Broadway for years and years and years and years. And all you got there were tourists. There wasn't any self-respecting Broadway faggot that actually appreciated that maybe a year after it had run.
I don't know. I think the snooty ones are going to the off-Broadway or the off-Broadway.
Is that where it is now?
I don't know for a fact.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Of course you do. Where are all your normal friends that you bump into there? The ones that are still around?
Well, usually they're...
Where are they? How many shows?
Are we actually discussing the Tony Awards?
I think we should be a better show at bringing in different groups of people.
I think because one of our friends was nominated and performed that we should talk about it. But I first want to get to the bottom of this email that I had gotten yesterday.
That was written as I was leaving a theater, enraged yesterday.
Engorged?
Yes.
Enraged.
Enraged.
You had gone to see what?
3 Days of Rain, which is
Julia Roberts.
Did two friends spot you there and you're like, it's a joke, it's a joke?
No, it was a birthday present for my wife, and
all right, see, he's gotta say that immediately. How quick could he whip that one out?
A birthday? What she want? A girls' night out?
What she want? A gay husband?
Ooh, she got one.
Why that play?
If I had to guess, she wants to see it because for the same reason everybody else that was there wanted to see it: massive name recognition and star power, which is the only reason I could think that theater was full yesterday.
I heard it was awful.
It stunk. It stunk.
I wouldn't know.
Why did it suck?
I didn't understand what it was about. I can't judge acting, but I know I didn't like hers. So it was.
Yeah. How was the set?
It's one set. One set.
Just one set, so you can't even appreciate the set.
One set for the whole play. It's this boring, not very interesting story of three kids that are trying to figure out what happened to their father who just passed away or what his life was like, and they're going through an old journal.
Ugh.
Boring.
That was only funny on Seinfeld when they found the letters that were in the burnt cabin.
Fell asleep twice.
Wait, what's it called?
3 Days of Rain.
In my acting class, they were doing something that sounds familiar. Were they all looking at like a picture book?
Yeah, like not a journal of like...
Jimmy knows about this?
I don't know if it's the same one as they were doing in my acting class.
Sketchbooks and like a picture book of stuff their father had drawn.
Is there one girl complaining that she didn't have enough like jewels on her costume when she was a kid?
Not that I remember,
okay,
but I didn't follow.
Steve was complaining about that.
Oh,
yeah. Let's go to Talon the trucker.
He dressed like Elvis in 1977
Good morning,
for his high school
everybody.
prom.
Does a birthday present for Steve's wife translate to no homo?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say no homo when you handed her the tickets?
No, he's saying present for wife equals no homo, so he didn't have to say no homo because he said it was a present for his wife.
Yeah.
I got you, Talon. There you go. So the play sucked. Great.
Yeah, stunk.
I heard it was awful.
Yeah,
and you sent an email to Anthony?
Yeah, he was like, just got out of whatever the name of the play was. The Julia Roberts play. He goes, I fell asleep twice. So I had to reply to everybody. I go, how could you possibly fall asleep when, and then I just put insert gay reference here. You write the joke.
When your mouth is full.
I send these things out as sort of a preventative measure because I don't want you guys to waste 2 hours of your life.
You don't have to worry.
Oh, like any of us were going to go see that play.
Well, look, you guys have girlfriends. Maybe they're going to want to see a Julia Roberts play.
No.
There is no way.
We'd go see something cool.
There was no way I would be dragged out to see a Julia Roberts Broadway show. Did you see Mamma Mia?
I did.
The ABBA show?
I did.
See, right there. It goes,
that was more interesting than what I saw last night.
Who'd you see Mamma Mia with?
That's almost like an endorsement.
I think I saw it
You
with
think
her.
your wife? Who
You
else
think?
would it have been? Was there like a buddy you go with?
No.
Do you have a
I
Broadway?
went to a play with you.
Do you have a Broadway buddy?
You do.
Outside of Jimmy?
Spelled B-U-T-T-Y.
Jimmy's my only male Broadway buddy right now.
I like when it's that intermission time when you could go out, get a nice hot cup of broth.
That's right.
Buy one of the show's robes.
Get an AIDS cocktail.
Have to take a coughing break.
All right, enough. Who cares?
I want to go see a play. What did I want? I wanted to see something and I didn't go see it.
Oh, no.
I don't remember what it was,
And
but it
now
was a
it's
girl,
off.
though.
The Light in the Piazza?
What's that? That sounds good.
It was just a little show I saw recently.
Ew.
Called The Light in the Piazza.
What the hell is that?
What's the Piazza?
It's a play.
A gay bathhouse? Sounds awful.
It's a play?
I think so.
Is it a musical?
Not only does Steve know it's a play, he knows probably the plot.
No, I don't know the plot.
So why don't you tell everyone what the light in the piazza is all about?
No, I don't. I don't know what it's about, but I know it's a play.
I never liked it.
I took my mama and my sister.
Your mama?
And Lindsay to light in the piazza, for my mom's 70th birthday.
That's fine. That's skeptical.
She enjoyed it.
That's fine.
Why is that okay?
Is it a musical?
Because you're taking your mom.
Yeah,
it's a birthday. You gotta whatever.
Oh, okay. So I take my wife for her birthday, and it's queer.
Different.
No, but the difference is, here's the difference. If that was a one-time occurrence, it's cool because Ope never goes to plays. That's the thing he's just doing for his mom. But you use it as an excuse. I bet he suggested it. She's like, my birthday's coming up. But you want to go see the Julia Roberts play? No, let's go. It'll be fun.
How many plays have you seen in the last year? Musicals, all that crap.
I think 2. In the past 12 months, 2.
No way.
Yeah. She goes all the time. She goes with my mother.
The year before, you saw a lot more than...
Yeah, I used to go to a lot, and then I sort of bailed out and passed her off to my mother.
I don't like plays.
They're boring.
I don't like musicals. Where were you?
I saw the light in the... Why, can't you just speak that? Wouldn't it be a lot faster?
Wait, how do you know the song?
I don't. I just was making it up.
I think that's how it goes. I saw
really?
The light in the piazza.
What do I know?
Can I interject?
I don't know
something?
nothing.
Yeah.
We're talking about the guy that always he used his wife as an excuse to see Brokeback Mountain also.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Kenny.
Good call.
Thanks for reminding us.
Didn't need you reminding me.
You saw that in the theater, right? You ran right out to see that one.
Didn't run right out.
Oof. Oh.
Traipsed, maybe.
Traipsed reluctantly.
All right.
Sauntered.
Yeah.
Skipped.
Here's the only clip that's worth it from the Tonys because it features...
Did you grab a candy bar at the concession at the movie and spit in your hand and work the candy bar?
Tonys. Sounds like a gathering at my uncle's house. There's a bunch of Tonys.
What do they call it? The Vito Awards. Oh. Mingy.
Hey, our buddy Stephen Lynch. We have a quick clip from the 2006 Tony Awards.
Yes.
It's our old friend Stephen Lynch, who's now on Broadway as the star of The Wedding Singer.
Star on Broadway. Used to just do dirty songs.
I think he's coming in Friday.
Funny songs.
I believe he's coming in Friday, actually. Hopefully we'll get him to play his song.
You think he'll play that these days? Or you think it's like, no, let me do something from the show.
So, hilarious.
Killer Kitten, I never wrote that.
Here's our friend Stephen Lynch. Hilarious intro with Jamie Lynn Sigler and Molly Ringwald.
There are 3 things that every audience wants to do. They want to watch 2 characters they care about fall in love. They want to laugh.
And they want to see someone get whacked. The laughing and falling love part happens nightly at our 3rd best musical nominee.
Oh, okay. That wasn't with Stephen Lynch. That was just Jamie Lynn Sigler and Molly Ringwald.
Someone get whacked?
Being funny.
Oh. I thought weren't they talking about?
And then we got Stephen Lynch performing. We don't want to waste 3 minutes having him perform, do you? I mean, we love him and all, but
I'd like to hear a little bit of it. Maybe
I'd like to hear a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
See hear all of it. Just
see what the show's about.
Yeah. Do they intro him? I want to hear him introed.
This is Stephen Lynch performing on the Tony
adaptation of the Adam Sandler film of the same name.
I wrote a song 6 years ago while playing in a wedding band. The word got out and suddenly the band and I are in demand.
Just picture all the dancing going on behind him.
Couples all over Jersey hire me to ensure their wedding. It's all because of a tune I wrote. That tune goes like this. Oh, when it's your wedding day.
All right.
He is really good, man.
Absolutely.
That's how you know that bastard is good, when they're asking him to sing at the Tonys.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
Blowing up. A lot of people from this show blowing up these days. Jim Norton on Lucky Louie. Bobby Kelly on Tourgasm. Stephen Lynch on Broadway. Not bad for the boys.
And that's something.
Steve C on the Rainbow Coalition board.
Someone wants to know if, where is it? If Andrew Dice Gay enjoyed the Tony Awards last night.
Yeah, I tuned in for, the whole thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had gone to a show earlier with Steve C., my Broadway buddy, and then I watched the Tonys. Actually, I have a Tony party at my house. Because I'm Andrew Dice Gay. Oh!
What do you like about Broadway there, Andrew Dice Gay?
Well, it's just the majesty of it. Yeah. It's, the lights of Broadway. It's the music. It's the gay sex. It's just, going with other men to see other gay men in tight costumes where you could see what they're packing over there. You hear?
I hear you.
You ever see the guy in the musicals when they're dancing in their tights and you go, what's he hiding in there? An armadillo! Oh! Let me see that over there. I like what you're packing. I want to meet him at the stage door and go, hey, you hear me? I hear you. Back when men were homosexuals. I like Mamma Mia.
You liked Mamma Mia?
With the ABBA.
Yeah?
You can dance. Hey, you can jive. You're having the time of your life. Oh, hey, see that guy? With his bedazzled jacket?
Yeah.
That's Andrew Dice Gay. When I see a man at a Broadway show, I walk up to him and go, hello, sir. Mind if I... Oh! I just love man junk. My God, I'm all damp again from my soda.
Anybody could be that.
Yeah, but I love Broadway. I love the Tonys. I tune in. Was Nathan Lane there? He's my favorite faggot. I met him one day, and I said, Nathan, how is it that you could get on stage and do a... I didn't get past that point. And then guys all over my face. Because I just love the... Oh, where's my beep? Find my beep, you faggot. I'm so ill-prepared. So I'll just do this again. You can dance. My face is all wet. Okay, hold on. Oh, Jesus, it's upside down. Dig in the closet, queen. I love the... I just love it. I can't get enough man... Hickory dickory dock. I just love man. Oh, the Tonys? They were great.
You like the Tonys?
Fantastic. Fabulous. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. I'm Dice, and I love man. Oh! I'm a big fan of Rent.
You like the Rent?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I like that story.
Why did you like it?
Because it's young men with big and I just love man. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating a curdsome way. Along came a spider and sat down beside her. He said, hey, bitch. Sorry, a guy just walked up to me. I couldn't resist his...
You couldn't finish your rhyme there.
I couldn't think anything gay to put in there.
I know. I see how your mind works.
I'm soaked.
I was with you. Trust me.
I'm soaked.
Very nice. Andrew Dice Gay enjoyed the Tonys.
Andrew Dice Gay.
Scott in Pennsylvania, very annoyed with us. Scott, what's up?
No.
Scott.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can, Scott. Go.
Okay, hey, I know what you guys are saying about Broadway and just being flaming, and, you know, yes, you have Rent, and you have other plays that have been on there, like the most fabulous story ever told.
Right.
Which actually had anal sex in it, and my school actually did that. I'm surprised they got away with that.
Scott, could you please make your point? We've spent 15 minutes on the Tonys. We should have spent 2. Actually, thank God we got
sound.
Yeah, thank God we got an appearance from Andrew Dice Gay out of it. But still,
what is it, Scott?
Let's go, Scott.
That all theater is not gay.
No,
really?
You're right. You're right. Faggot. What are you saying?
You're a theater major. Tonys aren't gay.
Not all plays are gay. Yes, some have to do with that prospect.
Dude, I'm sure there's, there's
a couple straight guys involved.
I don't mind a play every once in a while, but I'm not going to sit down and watch the Tony Awards.
Yeah, you're not going to watch the Tonys.
I am banging a female theater major. I really don't want to be called a, faggot or whatever.
Did we call you a faggot, sir? Or a gay gentleman?
Dude, you can't. We're just, you little mo. We're just kidding around. There's no reason to get your little panties in a bunch.
And I hear a little gay in your voice, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you sound like you're still searching.
Yeah, just a little gay. You got a little of the gay in your voice.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Absolutely not.
All right. How old are you, though?
I am 20.
All right, don't worry. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, you're still confused.
You will.
There's plenty of time.
Do you wonder why, whenever you're in bed, you just struggle? I don't know. I must be on medication. It's happening again. It's not working.
All right, Scott, so you made your point. I'm a theater major. Tonys aren't gay.
That's right. You're a man's man.
All right?
All right. Hey, I love your show.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Scott.
Bye.
All right.
Thank
bye-bye.
you, miss.
Grind it in.
Let's say hi to Kyle on Long Island. Kyle.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
First of all, I gotta say I love you guys. It's great to hear you again.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right, I gotta let Jimmy know I loved Lucky Louie last night. I really wish I could see the rest of it right away. I can't wait.
Thanks, man.
So, that's about it. I'm punching out. I love the show. And actually, where do you guys film it?
What?
Where do you guys film the show?
Film what show?
To see it. Lucky Louie.
Lucky Louie shot in L.A. Hollywood Center Studios. I'm not sure where we'll be doing the other ones if they pick it up. I don't know.
Well, if I can, I'll buy tickets to go fly out there to see it. I'll let you know that.
You're a doll, sir. Thank you. Bring the Tonys guy with you.
All right.
I was all disappointed at Lucky Louie last night.
Why, sweetie?
Because I'd seen it already.
Yeah, it didn't change much.
I was all excited that it was on, and then I'm like, but
we saw it.
But we saw it already. I should have waited.
I've seen that pilot so many times. That was what because the audience had no idea who any of us were, so they would show that every show just so people had an idea, and I was like, ugh.
You guys
I've seen that probably 50 times.
We got time. David Lee Roth was on the WB11 Morning News here in New York City.
Ooh.
What could he possibly be talking about?
Well, he's got that bluegrass Van Halen thing he's doing.
Oh, it's wonderful.
With the fiddle players.
Oh, I mean, it sucks.
What's the album called again?
Strumming with the Devil.
Strumming with the Devil. And I think he only sings 2 of the songs, right? Sings 2 of the songs country style with a lot of fiddles and such. It's called...
He only sings 2 and then the rest is instrumental?
Strumming with the Devil, the Southern Side of Van Halen, a tribute featuring David Lee Roth.
Way to go to work.
It's awful. It's bluegrass Van Halen song.
I got my back against the wrecking machine.
And David Lee Roth has no choice because the boys still hate him.
Yeah.
That's what's going on with that.
So he's plugging that?
Yeah, all over the place. He was on Leno last week, and now he's on the WB11 Morning News. And here's some audio.
Please welcome the one, the only, David Lee Roth. Yeah. Good morning. It's so good to have you. Bright and early.
Good to be here.
It's great, it's great to see you. And, some time has passed since the whole thing happened with, 92.3.
So you read about when I was king of radio for 90 days?
Yeah, 90 whole days. So what happened, really? I mean, were you fired while you were on the air?
No. What happened is I think they finally finished Opie and Anthony's contract, which took about a year for them to put together.
A year.
Wrong!
He's playing this one up in every interview. That we were in negotiation for the entire time. Like, they hired him knowing that we were coming in.
They don't pay you that kind of money.
Right.
Look, the guys around here, they really believed in David Lee Roth. They really thought it was going to work. And they also realized very early on that was a huge mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But they really believed in him. They paid him a lot of money to do morning radio. They thought that he could get the job done. We did try to get this gig 18, 19 months ago, and they weren't ready to talk.
No.
They were still scared of us.
It's very scary.
scared.
So, yes, that part is true. We did try to do this deal a long time ago, but they weren't listening.
He's trying to just save a little face.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't throw the show under the bus, he's
trying to spin.
Yeah,
little
we'll save
spin.
It took about a year for them to put together. And neatly it dovetailed one and the other. It's no coincidence that the day I left is the day they just happened to be there.
Wow. So when did you find out about it, though? Like when they were on the air?
Word around the campfire happened before even the first day. I knew that I had been most likely to be I was voted most likely to create a diversion, I think, as they readied the guys. Opie and Anthony are heavy lifters.
Yeah.
And they've been in town quite a while, all right.
All
right, thanks for the compliment there, Diamond Dave. But
no, we can't bash him anymore? What happened?
No, he's not bashing the show.
What happened?
It's an embarrassing thing to get canned that fast. You got to see a little.
We're starting to hear the stories, though, man. He used to come in. What was it with like a balance thing, and he would a level, and look at all his pictures that he had hung up in the hall.
And make sure they were level.
Is this true, Ben?
At 5:30, he would check to make sure the pictures are hung up straight.
Wow, maybe he should have been like reading a paper.
Radio is filled with just problems.
Yeah,
with problem childs.
The palm trees is the best. When he brought all the palm trees in, he brought in a bunch of palm trees.
Yeah, he brought in they like thousands of dollars. They cost these palm trees and lined the hallways with them.
Right.
And put like sand down. He wanted like this atmosphere of we're on the beach or something. And then one day he just came in, freaked out, and took them out.
He got all mad and he took all his palm trees.
Took his palm trees home. He'd have big pictures put up that meant nothing to the station.
Jazz photos up, and he wanted to feel like the California Girls video.
Yeah. He's still living the California Girls video. My God.
Poor Dave.
And then he had the level, and he was making sure his pictures were all level every morning.
Pictures got to be level.
All right, here's some more audio from his interview this morning.
Do you like them? I mean, do you listen to them?
I'm
or
not
are you kind
familiar,
of like boycotting the station
No,
altogether?
not at all. Frankly, if I'm not working morning radio, then 5 o'clock in the morning is usually when I'm making cab fare for the stripper.
Okay.
He's wild.
Absolutely. There's deals on the table.
He's wild.
Satellite or whatever. But I sing for dinner. That's what I'll always do, and anything else that I do. Occasionally, you'll see me acting on the TV or the movies. You'll see
that's
something.
The thing. I mean, it's nice to be so versatile.
A little left-hand turn, it's a little salt in the rice. Think of it like
awesome.
that.
A little. His analogies stink.
I just don't get him.
Someone's got to call him out on his analogies. A little salt in the rice?
Sure, you have rice.
Well, what does
Sometimes
rice
you
mean?
Sprinkle carbs.
But you put soy sauce on rice. It's
No,
salty, but
salt.
it works good with...
I like butter on my rice from time to time.
Little soy sauce.
Oh, ew.
Ew.
It's ew.
Yeah.
It's like it goes with rice.
Butter
Who has
is the
that at
number
home?
one answer.
Butter and rice.
On rice.
You're insane.
Butter
Pepper.
is. I'm insane. Take a survey.
You're talking like a poor
If
person.
this was Family Feud, butter would be the number one answer.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce would be that weird answer.
Soy sauce is salt.
Guys, I have an idea for a bit. Call in with your favorite rice toppings.
Oh, wow. We could go the rest of the show.
We're going to have to agree to disagree. LOL. Give me those ribs.
No. Agree to disagree.
Someone's got to call him out on those analogies.
With myself.
If you enjoyed that argument, I hope you put AZT on your rice. Or some gasoline.
Word around the campfire.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough, sir.
All right, we'll break. There's more audio. I don't know if it's worth playing. We'll decide during the break.
Campfires bring back awful memories of girls I liked that didn't like me. Nothing lonelier than a campfire.
Why? You tell the ghost stories?
That's right.
The smell of wood burning and the girl you had the crush on who was there.
With some other guy.
That feeling in the pit of your stomach when you see her, you say hi, and then you realize she's not announced that she's with this other guy, but yet you know. I'm always the last to know. Oh, fat face with his hopes up.
Oh, how old?
7 through 37.
At the campfire. That's so true, though. You're sitting around that stupid campfire or big party atmosphere where there's some maybe adults somewhere and the kids are all hanging out somewhere and you got some crush on this girl and just has no interest.
I had a crush on a girl that did the Gold Digger jean commercials. Remember years ago, Gold Diggers? I don't know. That's all I remember. It was Gold Digger jeans. It was a little blonde girl dancing, and I was like 13. I thought she was like, I used to pretend that we were in a relationship.
Oh, I thought like you knew her.
No, I used to watch the TV.
Oh, just through the TV?
I pretend that we were in a relationship.
Pretend. But all you knew of her was her dancing to the Gold Digger song. So how did the relationship turn out?
I just wished.
Just wished.
She liked little Jimmy Norton for who he was.
Like in every situation, she's just dancing in her Gold Digger pants. You're like sitting in front of the TV in your house together, and she's just, because all you know of her is that one thing.
I always thought, like, if they just got to know me, but the women that I've liked, like, in the last couple of years, really liked, that have got that, like, who really know me, want nothing to do with me. Like, I keep thinking, like, there's this jewel in the rough buried. It's crap.
And there's just nothing.
No, it's tranny stories. Oh. There's no jewel in the rough. Nonsense.
Right. We'll continue with that after the break. We feel sorry for you, Jimmy.
Poor bastard.
No, I'm a happy boy.
It's the One virus spreading across America. That's right. It is the Opie and Anthony Show. It's a Monday.
With little Jimmy Norton.
Little Jimmy Norton.
We're going to discuss our feelings for each other.
I did say that during the break. We're going to switch gears, guys, and we're going to spend the next 10 minutes talking about how we feel about each other.
Oh, that's good.
That.
You know, these idiots have actually been instant feedback. They're rice toppings.
And they might be in on the gag.
Yeah, I think this one, I like garlic salt on my rice. Tee-hee-hee. It's
Someone's explaining that you need salt. No, you need rice in the salt shaker.
Yeah, you know how sometimes they put rice in the salt shaker to keep it from clumping?
Is that what that's for?
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was for, but I wondered. My friends and I would.
It's annoying and it skeeves me out.
All right, listen, we got a brand new shame.
Oh, what are these?
The shame segments.
Busybody sea-blocking idiots doing now?
I'm sure in your fine city it's called something else, but it's the do-gooder reporter.
It's your a reporter that goes out and takes care of someone's problem.
It's Nosy Ned. Nosy Ned.
Alice came to us because she didn't get a refund where she was due one.
Right.
It was $5. It doesn't sound like much, but to her so we went to the store, shoved a camera in this guy's face.
That's just trying to make a damn living.
Just trying to make a living.
Right.
We don't know who the a-hole in this situation is, but she called us first.
I'm waiting for the first guy to haul off and punch the reporter square in the middle of the forehead.
I've seen it a couple of times. Not on the shame things, but where the camera gets a little too close to someone's face and they just kind of pop.
Well, we got this do-gooder here in New York City, Arnold Diaz.
And he tries to dress like an old Sam Slade thing or one of those. He wears a long trench coat.
An old gumshoe.
Yeah, like an old gumshoe. I'm investigating. Yeah. I'm an investigative reporter.
Are you?
Just trying to help out the little man. Really? What's his beef this,
What a killjoy he is.
Yeah. You know he wanted to do like the CBS Evening News. He says he realized he failed miserably in his broadcasting career. Now he has to go after people that are parking in handicap spots.
When every time you're on screen, it was prefaced with a shaking finger graphic. Shame. You know you didn't quite make it as far as you wanted to in broadcasting. The big shame.
It'd be funny if he just snapped and only did the segment about interracial couples.
Shame.
Yeah, starts
crying parents.
Starts bringing to the table some just awful things for his shame sake.
People that marry out of their faith.
Right.
A Jewish girl marrying a Catholic boy. Shame on you.
Why did you decide to marry him?
Leave us alone. We're happy. We're in love. We're in love. Boy.
Well, he's going after handicap parking violators. First of all, we haven't even talked about it lately. There's way too many handicap spots.
I've had it.
I mean, give us a couple in the front row, please, as a luxury.
Sometimes I'm just running in. And there's no parking anywhere. It's right up there. It's close. It's convenient.
Right.
And there's no handicapped person in sight. There's 10 more spots.
Right.
I'm sure an army of handicapped aren't going to pull up. Let me park.
And we're curing most of these diseases, so start taking away the handicap parking.
Right.
Absolutely.
Polio. Stop it. Who's got that anymore?
Just wait for 2 minutes. I'll be right out, turnip feet.
And it's all a scam. Who hasn't got the placard Who hasn't got one of those?
Something hanging from your rear view.
Who hasn't got one of those for the weekend, and then you park in the handicap parking, and then you limp a little just in case someone's looking.
I get out with a skip and a jump, and I run into the store.
There's too many handicap
I'm going to be
spots.
quick.
I'll even jump around singing "My Legs Work Fine, Hooray!"
Hooray!
And I'll click my heels like Gene Kelly.
I swear I would never stay in there for any length of
All right,
time.
we're running out of show on this first half.
Damn it!
First half of the Opie and Anthony show, whatever. So it's shame with Arnold Diaz, Nosy Ned, doing a whole thing on handicap parking.
Of course.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah?
As soon as this driver spotted our Fox 5 camera, he rushed over to move his van, and for good reason. It's an official New York State vehicle, illegally parked in a spot reserved for the handicapped.
You parked in a handicapped spot.
Listen, I was here 6 in the morning.
It's not for you. It's for disabled people.
I know that.
You know that, right? So why are you parking there?
The driver's part of the construction crew working on the state-run OTB parlor in this Whitestone Queens shopping center. The supervisor tried telling us this was an isolated incident.
It's one day.
It's not one day.
We knew it wasn't one day because this man, Bill Danielson...
Know why? Because they've been staking out a dumb handicap parking spot for a month.
That guy's working his ass off on a real job, a construction site, and he just wants to maybe park a little closer so he doesn't have to haul his tools maybe across a parking lot. And this Nosy Ned, if I may use Opie's wonderful name
it's
for
a
him.
thing I got from Jimmy and Jim Florentine. They love the... Go ahead, whatever.
Is hassling him. I swear to you, if a camera pulled up to me, I would laugh. I'd be like, are you kidding me? Yes, yeah, I'm parked here. Now what?
Not only would I laugh, but I would take my perfectly good working legs and I'd put them in front of the camera and go, get a gander at these, boys. Look at these bowling pin calves. I can walk till the cows come home.
Yeah, someone is pointing out, Pat from Menaki, now they have reserved spots for people with children as well. That's true. And pregnant moms, some of the stores do.
It's one day.
It's not one day.
We knew it wasn't. It's not one day.
You hear me? Got all nasty.
Listen to Nosy Ned.
You're lying to me, sir.
Oh, the buzzkill that is Arnold Diaz.
What a douche.
It's not one day.
We knew it wasn't one day because this man, Bill Danielson's been taking pictures for the past 2 weeks of other state vans in the handicap spots.
I did take photographs, and I've been seen taking photographs.
Check his computer. That there's other photographs on it.
You hear that? And I'll continue to do it.
I'll continue. I'm making a difference.
Who is that guy?
I hate that I live in the same world as an Arnold Diaz and that ass with his stupid Polaroid camera.
Taking pictures.
I've been taking pictures.
And I'll continue to do so.
I'm going to continue. This is my thing.
See him come home. Honey, I got 3 more today.
Look,
yeah, big whoop.
Look at him. Look at the picture.
This is clearly marked handicap. And he's parking here and walking away. He doesn't have the proper placard.
Oh. Just trying to make a difference in this world.
You're not.
Polaroid guy.
You're not, cameraman. Thinks he's taking the Vietnamese girl running down the street photo. No, you're not. You're not making a difference.
You're a ball buster.
A lot of people thought that we came up with the shame jingle.
We did.
They can't believe it's actually what they use during the news segment.
Oh, no, people.
They really do use it.
Have some pride.
Here's a clip called "Man on a Mission."
Bill Danielson is a man on a mission, trying to get people to stop parking illegally in handicapped spaces.
It's for disabled people. Don't shake your head. You have no right to do this.
It's a major problem in New York City, he says, because
the city itself does not enforce the laws that the state has already passed.
The law is clear. If you don't have a special handicap permit or license plate, you're subject to a $180 ticket, plus your car can be towed. But Bill says many city traffic agents are reluctant to enforce the law.
And they're only looking at people that have expired meters.
God, get a job, dude. Get a job.
You know what I'd like to do to Bill Danielson? I'd take a bat and put a nail through it and swing it right at his chin.
Big gutter spike. Right through his head.
The old Snake Plissken cure. Give him the old snake.
Good old Bill is going to be camped out at the express line at the grocery store next. That's 11 items. You got 11 items.
I took pictures.
It's 10 or less. Don't you see the sign? It's 10 or less.
Just punch. He was the guy that was
Polaroid
punched in the face every day at school.
Empty
and
nothing.
Rightly so.
The human he is.
You know what's worse than people that just park in handicapped spaces like that? When you see people that have the permits that are allowed that are just fat people. How many? Have you seen this?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this? With the they have the Little Rascal scooters, and they're handicapped, and they park in the spaces because they're fat. You know why? Because they didn't walk from one end of the parking lot to the other.
Let's stop going against nature. It's survival of the fittest.
Look, if you got
I can't help it. I eat salad. I just get fat.
I get fat.
Do you? No one in history has ever eaten salads and gotten fat.
No.
Never.
It's because of the croutons.
It's my thyroid.
It's not your.
I gotta eat salad, but make sure you give me an extra scoop of croutons.
But did you eat it?
Deep fried croutons.
And I'd also like some creamy dressing.
Yeah, I get my salad at the McDonald's. We get the salad with the fried croutons and the dressing.
Yeah, they did
that has
reports
more
on
calories than a Big Mac.
Yeah, they said that. All right, let's
Stop having comfort food.
Let's go to the next clip here. This do-gooder has gotten smacked for his efforts.
Oh, yes.
So, with his dog Chase on his lap, Bill patrols the shopping centers and municipal parks.
He's just walking around patrolling.
What a douche.
Loser.
Can someone get a picture of this guy?
Loser.
I gotta see him. Where's the report?
So, with his dog Chase on his lap, Bill patrols the shopping centers and municipal parking lots around his Queens home, armed only with a camera and a stack of flyers that say, parking here for just a minute is 60 seconds too long. He gives this driver, who has no handicap permit or plate, a flyer and a piece of his mind.
I'm here chasing after people like yourself who keep illegally parking handicapped parking spaces. This is my crusade. And here you are sitting talking when there's plenty of other parking spaces.
The man mumbles an apology.
It was my mistake, and
You see, it's a common mistake.
Bill says not all of his encounters go so smoothly.
I get the bird, I get smacked, I've been threatened to mind my own business. If I don't, I'm going to be sorry.
Nice, I love it.
I would only like this segment if the shame on you was on him for being a busybody. Shame on you for having nothing else in your life, you empty nobody.
See, then I'd have respect for Arnold Diaz. He does this whole piece, and at the end, no, the shame's on you. Is on you.
Mind your own beeswax.
That's right. You neighborhood nudge. He's a nudge.
You know he is hated throughout the neighborhood.
And he should be.
All right, let's go to the next clip.
Let's find out where he is and someone go there and park.
Absolutely. We got to get the pests involved. Where is this joint?
There should be someone that could think quick on their feet, like right when they accuse somebody, hey, you're parking there, you just turn around and go, I forgot my permit at home. And just like fall out of your truck and roll through the parking lot.
We're running out of show, so let's get to the next clip real fast here.
In this municipal lot in Flushing, Bill spots another violator. The driver isn't around, so he painfully hobbles out of his scooter to slap a flyer on the windshield. Then he sees a traffic agent and asks him to come ticket the car, but the agent hesitates.
He's making a phone call. And to see, what should he do? I'm very offended by it. I'm very angry at this point right now. This is the same nonsense that happened on this past Saturday.
How did the Yankees hold up this weekend, Maggie?
Bill took these pictures a few days earlier of another agent who he says ignored his pleas to ticket a car illegally parked in a handicapped spot. But this time, this agent does eventually issue the summons.
Yes, but he was goaded into doing it. Without you here, he would not have given that ticket.
Oh, let's just tie Bill down and take a hammer to his kneecaps.
That's right. And I'll tell you one thing.
Obviously, he's handicapped, I guess. He's on a scooter.
Yeah.
Rocking around the
would that be
parking
funny
lot.
if somebody accidentally backed over him as he was rumbling through the parking lot?
Couldn't get out of the way fast enough because his stupid knee, leg, polio problems, whatever he has, hopefully. And I like Bill. If he's screwing over ticket agents, traffic agents, I like that, though, because they're scum.
Someone's asking, where's Fat Nick when you need him?
Exactly. He was here stealing scooters.
All right, we only got a minute left.
Mike, I spent the whole weekend photographing people that were parked in the handicapped spaces there, Maggie. Back at the Mad Dog show on the van.
We got one more clip. We got to get out of here.
Look at this. In the same lot where we caught the state vehicle in the handicap space, we saw a New York City Parks Department truck doing the same thing.
Oh, boy. Parks Department. You see this?
This Bill guy.
It says parking here for just 60 seconds is too long. You should not be here. And look, so why are you sitting here?
Did anyone else need the spot,
Bill? Matter. You're still in the parking space. You shouldn't be here.
You parking here?
It has nothing to do with me parking here. It has everything to do with you're breaking the law.
You're from the city government. You should be setting a better example.
So into our Fox 5 Hall of Shame, we induct all those drivers, city and state vehicles included, illegally parking in spaces reserved for the handicapped.
Yeah. Shame, shame, shame on all of you.
I didn't see the video, but it's very obvious that Bill's got some problems of his own. And that's why these guys have to just sit there and take it instead of yelling and screaming back at him.
They should have shown somebody yelling at him.
Just shut up, cripple.
Yeah.
Just shut up,
cripple.
I'm just trying to make a living like you.
Get some nice 1800s terminology on him.
Shut up before I whip your legs like in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Then we'll see.
All right, guys, that's it.
All righty.
It's too bad we got into that late. We could have really had fun with that. But
shame on you.
Yeah, we'll continue the Opie and Anthony show on XM. We're going to do the walk in a few minutes. So if you're not going to join us, thanks for checking us out. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, okay? Man. All right.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202. The Opie and Anthony XM walkover begins now.
Right on, man. We're outside Free FM here in New York City.
Yeah.
Kind of a cold morning, but it's going to get up to, what, 80 today, Ann?
Yeah, see, I was smart. I put on my jacket.
We got a tour bus right outside here.
Yeah.
Black Label Society tour bus? That's pretty cool. Where's that?
Oh, nice. Radiohead, man.
You what?
I just dropped off Radiohead here in the city, going back to Nashville, dog.
Oh, wow.
Radiohead arrived in this?
Yeah, I just dropped him off, left Montreal last night, 2 a.m., just kicked him off the hotel about an hour ago, been kicking around, waiting to do this.
Were you a driver?
Stop by, say hello to you guys, listen to you guys all the time.
Man, you log a lot of miles, huh?
Hell yeah, nothing but miles.
You got the XM on this?
All the time. Never sleep with this.
So who, is this just for a couple of bands, or you...
We built this bus for Lynyrd Skynyrd, then we had Zakk Wylde on it, then Keith Urban, I just did Radiohead, fixing to pick up Phil Lesh, Grateful Dead.
Wow. Any good Radiohead stories?
No, those guys are real cupcakes, real mellow, no trouble at all.
Cupcakes.
Didn't even mess up the bus. I was cleaning up just to have something to do.
Can we check it out?
What did Jimmy do? Sniff the seats? You faggot.
Hey, how does Zach when he's on here? I heard he drinks a little excessively. Zach, if he doesn't have a beer in his hand, then he's probably sleeping. Yeah, he's a real alky. I love him. Zach is a pure individual. He's a great guy. There's no
nice in there.
Hey, there's a Radiohead duty in the toilet still.
No, it's Jimmy's.
Oh, that was Jimmy's?
Yeah, I christened the bathroom. How do people sleep in those little bunks, man? That would
Are they small?
Yeah, look at that.
Nah, I got to take a look now.
Ask the bus driver. I'm not out there with you. I'm on the bus.
Yeah, I'm in here now, too.
One of the guys wanted to watch Miss Congeniality or something like that. What's this about?
It's actually porn inside there. They just put that on there for you guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Sandra Bullock movies. Oof. Yeah, these are little, sleeper things, but there's a lot of them.
Which bunk did Tom York sleep in?
I don't know. They all felt the same when I reached in and gave them a little squeezy here and there. I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, let's check their pillows, see if anybody was humping pillows during the night.
I wish we had a black light.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
a
black
jizz
all over the place.
I would have to sleep in the bottom bunk, though. I'd hate to be in the top bunk.
Why?
Because I piss so much, I'd hate to jump in and out. You want to lay down, Ant? Me and you?
Yeah, hey, why not?
Let me see this little room back here.
Look, they got a nice flat screen TV up there. There's an oven.
You know how many beers have probably been, bad things have been done back here?
What a way to travel.
Magazine. Like, where are the rock stars, though?
This is cool, man. Little seat area. We're in a seated area
in the
back of the bus with a little table and a little TV and a VCR. This is actually a pretty cool way to go.
We got to have this guy call when he's on the
is.
road is what he's got to do, you know?
Yeah, me and this guy talk, I think, through MySpace.
Really?
Yeah, he's great. Hey,
wow, how many fucking, how many blowjobs back here?
I'd give them all the time.
You want to make one more?
This is great.
All right, there's nothing going on in here.
It's nice and...
It's all cleaned out, unfortunately.
I'd like to be on this bus 10 minutes after Zach and the band gets off.
No kidding.
Probably smells a lot different than it does now. It's kind of...
Sleep's 8, this thing, huh?
Fresh. You keep it nice and fresh.
Yeah, that's the bottle
Did-
of wine that hit the floor.
Dude, did Ben give you the hotline? You got to call us from the road.
Anytime, man. I'll call you guys anytime.
Yeah, call us with some of those cool stories, all right?
I usually call in with something stupid to say, and you guys cut me off. before I get
There's his
Oh, you're one of those
right
guys.
there on the dash.
Never mind.
later.
I'm just kidding,
Great.
bro.
Wow, what's that little thing? That's that little screen camera you got there.
That's for the back of the thing.
You got a camera on the back of your bus?
So he can back up. Oh, there it is. Look at that. He's got the XM right there, the Delphi. Nice.
He's a good boy.
We should upgrade you. That Delphi, I mean, it still works great, but we got even cooler things out there now.
Upgrade.
Good seeing you, man.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Too, man.
All right. Cool.
Thank you, man.
We'll see you later.
Keep it between the ditches, my friend.
There you go.
Drive safe.
There you go. A tour bus. He just dropped off Radiohead here
Damn,
in
is that thing nice.
Manhattan.
Yeah, he was giving me Zach updates on the road, like, yeah, we're in this part of town, we're here.
That is something.
Very cool.
All right.
All the comforts. Bring some broads in there.
Yeah.
Some broads after the show.
Yeah, hey, we're sitting back and we eat meatballs.
Hey, our walk now.
It's nippy out, so there's not much going on.
It is.
It's kind of sad. Friday we had, close to 100 fans out here with us.
Yeah.
For sort of Jimmy Day, and today we have 4.
Well, the next Jimmy Day is Friday. Some home people.
No, it's not.
What do you
not
mean,
weekly.
No. It's every Friday.
It's not every week.
I want it once a week.
No.
That's what I want.
All right.
I'm
You'll get
spurled.
nothing. Ooh, this man is illegally parked.
Look at
Let's
this lady.
bust
She's
him.
fucking 60 years too old for that dress.
Ugh. She's wearing like a little short thing, and yeah, that is something a 22-year-old girl should be wearing.
That awful hairdo.
That dress is awful.
What is that?
I just don't get it. She's got little blue and red clips in her hair.
Holy shit.
That's
You're
horrible.
lovely. What a pretty girl. So ugly.
Go talk to her, please.
No, she'll haul off and hit you.
Yeah.
She looks like the type that would hit you. We're afraid. We're goofing on her, yet we are afraid of her.
So you guys can play along at home. I mean,
drop something.
Obviously, we should have talked to her, but we didn't. Why? Because we think she could kick our ass.
Yes,
She's scary.
we're faggots. Hey, sir. This guy in front of us in a stupid hat.
Indiana stinks.
Mister.
Cross at the green, not in between,
Good
sir.
point, Ant. Good point. Way to be safe.
All right.
All right, you're safe to go. Oh my God, look at the size of this guy. Oh Jesus.
The guy walking, the black guy?
I'm just going to give him my wallet. I'm not even going to wait for him to ask.
Here you go, sir. Please don't hurt me.
Hey, look, George Carlin. No, that's who is that guy?
I don't know. It's not Carlin.
He's an actor.
Is he?
Where?
Let me ask him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, are you an actor? Are you? What's your name?
He's a character actor. I've seen him in many things.
He's a character
I love
actor.
your work, sir. I'll find you on IMDb. I will know who you are.
Why would he tell me his name?
I don't know, but he is an actor.
Wait, yeah?
Yeah.
What is he? What was he in the Douchebag Chronicles?
He's been in everything.
Let me
He's one of
think.
those character
Yeah,
actor guys.
he's like a guy that you go, oh, that's that guy.
Yeah, all right.
I'm late for something.
I'll
Hopefully
never
it's
remember.
a fucking AIDS test. Asshole.
How you doing there, sir? Mac, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Trying to remember what the frig that guy's from. Now that's going to annoy the shit out of me all day.
Well, how are you going to find him on IMDb if we
I don't know.
Bearded idiot?
Bearded idiot. Yeah.
I heard Carlin's doing the Tonight Show Wednesday. You said Carlin.
Oh, yeah, is he?
I want to get my picture signed.
Now I'm completely distracted trying to keep that guy's face in my head.
Nice camel toe,
so I
lady.
can, wow.
Yeah, nice cunt gap. Sir?
I'll be amazed if you figure it out by the end of the XM show. Because we have nothing to go on.
God damn it.
Bearded guys who blow off the only people that want to talk to him media-wise.
Someone should have snapped a picture of him.
Yeah,
we have cameras and video fucking shit rolling every day except today.
Wow.
When we would have used it.
Sexy. All right, that's the end of the walk. Fuck off.
Thanks, guys. It's a quick walk today. There's not much going on today. Instead of wasting time, we'll go upstairs and continue with the Opie and Anthony show.
Opie and Anthony, XM202.
Where do people turn when they have lost everything? When a cruel catastrophe has taken everything they loved and cared about in life? Where do they turn when they're in despair?
Oh, night party rock!
It's showtime, folks.
It feels good. It's cool.
We're brilliant broadcasters.
I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic.
Very respectful. Very nice.
There is some shenanigans going on.
It just feels right.
They're like two puzzles. We want perfect questions. We want some laughs. Some thoughts being provoked and thrown back and forth.
I don't like flaky. I like cakey.
I want to hug a cute dog.
How fake was that?
The name of this radio show should be The Happy Idiot and the Sullen Douche.
Two total dorks.
Am I listening to a radio show?
Two DJs and a tranny lover. That's what this program is about, mister.
Only creeps listen to this program.
Yo, boys, what's happening, man? Turn your fucking radio down!
Anyone around here ever smell my ass?
It's lovely.
Anthony.
Come on, we're gonna tell you how to get chicks.
James.
I'm Jim Norton, and I'm a horribly boring person.
We just kind of laugh at him.
He's getting better, but we got to break him in still. He's a candidate for killing his wife if he gets married.
I love E-Rockin' with a console. That's hot. Snapple and mayo, your dumps must be lovely.
And featuring...
Hurricane Ben! Martini Steve!
I think there's a degree of mental illness with everybody on the show.
Ramon. Eric's breath smells like the diaper of a cancer patient. Can I say for the record that this program sucks a fat dick?
I got a few ideas that could get us fired.
Please use them.
Please use them.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
No, I haven't figured out who the fuck that guy is. Good afternoon. Morning. What is it? Oh, it's still morning. Hi. Well, all right. Here for our XM portion of the program. The Opie and Anthony Show. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Pal Talk cameras, we get them hooked up tomorrow?
Over at
Free FM.
I'll turn on the Pal Talk here. Give me a minute, people. Relax.
Why is it so cold in here today?
No, I am so glad I brought my jacket.
Can we keep the door open before we get here so it's nice and warm?
No. Right, enough of the music. Oh, my God, enough. Thank you.
All right.
Just shut it off already.
All right.
Blasting through my head. Ow. Ouch.
What happened in the elevator, by the way?
Jimmy...
I was so lucky this time, because in the lobby, we usually have no choice, and we all go up in the same elevator, and it's just uncomfortable every day. And today, there were two elevator doors that opened up at the same time. I waited till the last possible second. I saw which elevator Jimmy was going in and ran for the other one.
I don't mind if there's a lot of people in there, and they don't see me walk in with Jimmy. So they think I'm not with him. Then I'm fine with it, because I think it's hysterical. And today... the door closed and there was a girl waiting to get in the elevator, and then it opened back up and she got back on and other people started coming on, and Jimmy's just in the back of the elevator going, oh no, all right already.
Kicking the elevator wall.
And as they're pressing the buttons for their various floors, Jimmy's just going, oh God. All right.
Yeah, just the exasperated, sighing douche.
Making everyone on the elevator uncomfortable. Look here, everybody's... Oh, the gang's
there
all
they
here
are.
on
There they are.
Let me get the usual suspects up. Makes our day a little more familiar.
Are there any girls?
Of course there are girls.
What girls are there?
We got Lil. We got Silly Goose. We got Happy Typing Girl.
Ooh.
We got some girl on... Fat Ugly Girl on Opant 2. Oh, wait, that's Jimmy.
Aw.
I'm teasing.
So,
ugly.
that Shame on You thing?
Yes.
That was good, right?
Yeah.
Love the
Donald
Shame.
Diaz, what's wrong?
I'm not a fat, ugly girl.
No. See,
I'm
that's
pretty.
You're a pretty girl.
Let's try to get that guy on the phone. Let's see if we can call him.
Yeah, where is he?
Drop something, Hawk.
Where's Danny? He was the one that got Shame on You together. I want to see what that
Get
guy looks
Danny
like.
the Queer in here. Let's see if we can get that guy on the phone.
Danny.
Tell him.
Does Danny still think I'm mad at him?
What do you mean?
I should play that
Has there been, has been enough talk behind the scenes? Does Danny still think I'm mad at him? Really?
For what?
Good.
Get that Green Goblin douche in here.
For, they all play a gag on each other. Where if somebody leaves their email open, they email me under someone else's email. So I guess, Danny left his email open, and they had emailed me again, something like, "Hey, Anthony, I think we should hang out." So, I had just got done typing one of my whack bag responses, which is just full of, like, fuck you, asshole, cunt rag, just everything thrown in there to tell people that they're shitheads. And I open up my email, and there's one from Danny, and it's like, and I know it's one of the other guys because it's like, can we hang out and stuff? So I just thought it would be funny to type fuck off, because normally I respond to these, and it's like, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. We should hang out. It's, I'll suck your cock, you suck mine. Something, fun, true, whatever you want to call it. But this time I just wrote fuck off and sent it. And from what I hear, Danny has been, like, nervous that I'm upset.
Well, no, because I know that usually, like you explained, you usually give a little more than that.
Give a little more. So, sometimes I don't want to give any more, Danny.
So there's not much you could take from just fuck off. So I was like, shit, I hope he's not really pissed.
And then I made a face when you walked out of the control room at CBS the other day. I made a face like you kind of smiled, like, is it a joke and stuff? And I kind of looked at him like, no, it's not a fucking joke. And I guess you had told a couple of people that you were concerned that I was actually angry.
Well, I just wasn't sure because I knew of your mood. I did read the posts.
My mood? Oh, that day.
Yeah, so I was just like, you're probably not the best.
Never with the staff, though, Danny. Rest assured. I would never get angry at something.
What's Dan up to?
Silly as that.
I was just thinking, why would that be the one email that he would get angry at?
I don't know. It was just because usually, like I said, there's more to it than just fuck off.
I had used up all my creativity calling someone a fucking cunt rag ass bag bitch dick fuck that I was going to buy his mother and fuck her up the ass. I was very angry that day.
By the way, the fags are at it again on Whackbag.
Oh, really?
They had a whole discussion about my paunch. What is wrong with you guys? I pray it's a joke, but I don't know.
No.
I don't know if it's a joke.
It's not.
It's just something.
Some people.
If you need to know,
in a certain shape.
For all the faggots out there that are bummed out because I've lost my V, and they captured it on a digital picture during sort of Jimmy Day. If you need to know, faggot. The reality is I didn't shit for 3.5 days. I was filled with shit. So what you're looking at in that fucking picture is my belly and abdomen completely filled with shit.
Why didn't you shit for 3 days?
I don't know what happened.
No good.
What happened? I was even bitching about it on the show that I haven't taken a dump in a while. Well, it turned out to be 3 to 3.5 days of my belly and gut filled with shit.
Here it is now. Look, now they're just bitching again. Is that all they do on XM? Is bitch?
How was your dump?
It was unbelievable. I did a 2-footer.
Ooh.
2-footer. It was so packed.
That's nothing.
Oh, that's
you take big dumps, right?
Yeah,
giant 2-footer. See, he's saying that he doesn't shit for 3.5 days. To me, that's perfectly normal.
No, it's not. That's disgusting. You should shit, honest to God.
Maybe 2.
Once or twice a day.
Yeah.
No,
not 2. Once or twice a day.
Everyone's a little different.
No.
Depends on what you eat and your metabolism.
But not once a day then. Or twice a day. That's the difference.
Once a day would be nice, but sometimes it could be once every, like, you could skip a day.
Unhealthy. Yeah, occasionally. But if it's a habit, it's unhealthy.
But that's the explanation if you need to know, faggots.
You go 3.5 days.
I was filled with shit. Lots and lots of shit. And I hope it's a joke. If it's a joke, whatever. I mean, we smash each other all the time. But I'm reading some of these posts going, I think some of these guys are really bummed that I don't have a V.
Hey.
What? Oh, the dump report?
Oh, it is. They do tell us who did it.
Oh, okay.
This one is kind of childlike.
Why don't we get into the dump report for today,
but
Monday, June 12th, 2006. the year of our Lord.
Live from the Opie and Anthony Show studios, the Daily Dump Report.
The Daily Dump Report. Here it is. At 7:04 a.m., I pissed on the Green Monster. Caller discussing his trip to Wrigley Field in Boston. And then a little side note from Al. He was very confused.
Holy crap, all that discussion got through today. See? That's good.
I know it's good. Good.
When that one guy was talking about taking a dump in a hole in, where was he? Italy?
Yeah.
And then his father had to help
push stick?
Had to push the crap down with a stick?
You know why?
I was thinking that whole thing was going to be chopped.
You know why? It wasn't something that was just being harped on for the sheer purpose of shock value. We were having a discussion about dads and
penises.
And what we were talking about, yeah. And there are certain ways to do that without getting in trouble. We're getting dumped out.
We got to go to Tom with a couple of these.
Fun and entertaining. 7:17 a.m. We both peed at the same time. Norton, during a lengthy discussion about seeing your father's junk when you're a kid.
Can't say peed.
Yeah, peed. Any kind of like bodily fluid reference in that way. You know, pee, piss. They don't like any word that starts with P.
It's amazing.
I know, it's ridiculous.
I gotta be honest, I see something going on here in the studio. I'm not bummed by any of these dumps.
I see it as ridiculous.
I am bummed by ones that I don't think should have been.
But I think we got some people behind the scenes that really know this shit, and we're gonna lose some.
I know that, but I pissed on the Green Monster, I understand. Drops trow, squat, drops a log. I can understand drops a log.
I'm just saying
I think that's what got it. Dumped. The next one, 742, drops trow and squats down, drops a log.
Drops a log might have been dumped in
and drops a log again. Caller, which discussion of the bathroom, hole in the ground while the father was watching, blah, blah, blah. It was the dropping the log thing. I think was a little too familiar territory where people can decipher what you're talking about. So, and 820, which actually had anal sex in it. Caller discussing a Broadway play that his high school put on. Wow, I didn't even realize that. I wasn't really listening. Wow, sounds like a hot little play.
And bravo to Anthony being able to do Andrew Dice Gay.
Oh,
with the sounds and everything. With
my beep button.
With his water there.
My beep button in the water.
I was wondering what they were going to do with that.
Yeah. Are we trying to get this guy on the phone?
4 dumps today, that's all. Very good.
Not bad.
Very good job.
Yeah, I don't mind the dumping. Sometimes there's certain things I think it's just a little bit panic.
Good job, men. I don't think that was bad at all.
Nah. We understand, the game we got to play. They're just uber paranoid.
Yeah, they are. And with the fines going up and everything, I can understand it. And I have no problem. I kind of... a lot of people, when we first came to satellite, were wondering if it was going to be as fun because we don't have the restrictions, how we were going to get around things. And I realized I did kind of miss that. And it is fun to have an adult discussion in a way where you have to kind of weave yourself around the discussion. So, and then we come here and it's back to, business as fucking usual.
Here's the beauty of XM, by the way. Jim Norton is starring in Lucky Louie on HBO, and everyone saw it, and he's getting really good reviews from all the listeners and stuff. We couldn't play Jimmy's scene on regular radio.
No.
We could play it here, though.
We could play it here. See, we're not bitching. And again, there's people that were saying that all we do, and that's what was pissing me off. A lot of people I responded to on the message board over the weekend were saying, Anthony's all pissed off again because they're bitching. It's like, no, I understand if you don't enjoy the bitching part that you might not like listening to that. But don't write all we do now on XM is bitch. Because that isn't the truth of the matter. We bitched for 2 days. We did 2 days straight,
and we got something done.
It was a lot of bitching because we wanted something done, and it got done. We're on a commercial now for XM, which is great. A couple of other issues were resolved, and these people that complain about us bitching don't really get the full picture.
They don't understand how smart we really are.
Right.
We know XM doesn't want to sit there and listen to us bitch day in and day out. So what do? They shut us up by making us part of the national TV spot. That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Our bitching got us on that national TV spot. They were not going to include us in that spot.
No.
I'm sorry, they weren't. And if Eric Logan calls right now and says, "Oh, we definitely were," I would have to call him out and say, "No way, Eric."
There was somebody that said they were bitching about XM, and they should give them more respect because when they first got back on the air, no one wanted to touch them except for XM. And why are they complaining? And something that really got me. He goes, something that Anthony wrote was they're standing in the way of our careers. And when I said that, the stupid fuck on the message board didn't realize, because I didn't say it, because you're an uninformed asshole, is that I'm talking about the fucking lawyers, you idiot. Lawyers that are arguing back and forth that are holding us back from furthering our career because of legal bullshit. Not XM, you stupid ass. But this guy knows everything. They all know everything that's going on behind the scenes. And so willing to comment on it and make accusations based on that and stuff. You don't know shit, so shut the fuck up. And that's what I pretty much write back.
Very good.
To everybody now.
And what is he trying to say? That we were a charity case?
Yeah, that we were a charity case, and we wouldn't have... Well, their big topic was, would we have gotten the CBS deal without having been on XM for 18 months?
So XM was doing us a favor and spent a boatload of money to bring us to XM because we're a charity case, because someone had to hire us, right?
Right.
That's how it works?
Exactly. Had to hire us. Charity case.
All right, let's say hi to Elo. Elo.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. How are you, Elo?
Hi, Elo. Thank you for the commercial.
You're not going to listen. Absolutely, as my little Eagle Scout plaque says here, it was in there before you guys even mentioned it on the air.
So we had bad timing?
No, I mean you had instinctive timing.
Instinctive timing.
I call it bad timing.
Such a diplomat. Love him.
You guys were included. I know. Listen, it was funny because Gary Hahn and I were talking about it when we heard you on the air. Gary called me and goes, "I've got him in the Father's Day spot." And I said, "They're never going to believe you." He goes, "I know they're never going to believe you." I said, "Well,
it's really tough to believe that, Elo."
Hey, listen.
I'm just being honest. You're very honest with us. I got to be honest back. That's very tough.
There's a paper trail. We'll check.
I believe you, boss.
That's right.
I'll have Gary Hahn get you a paper trail.
Get me a hold of accounting.
You know something? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I believe you, boss.
All right,
because I love Elo.
We all love Elo.
Boy, at the end of the day, does it really matter? I mean, it's a national TV spot that's running all over the place this week. Come on.
Exactly.
Exactly. We're in a much better mode.
And you're in it.
And you love when we bitch, right, Elo? Secretly, you love it.
Look. Seriously, I love it to a point.
To a point. And the point we passed.
Yeah, really. I love it when you bitch for an hour, not 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like the week-long bitch fest.
It wasn't a week.
It wasn't a week.
You sound like one of the whack-bag posters now.
There was points a year and a half ago when you guys couldn't get a refer.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't get anything right here.
Well, yeah. It's true, though. It's true.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all good.
The place was a bloody mess a year ago.
Oh, God. I don't think about it.
But it's much better now.
That's right.
That's right. We need stand-ups in all the Best Buys. Done.
Elo, so who's watching the World Cup?
World Cup's huge, dude. You guys were ragging on it earlier today. World Cup's big. The United States goes today.
Do you only call me dude when you get uncomfortable?
No, I call you dude when I really miss you. Didn't talk to you all weekend.
No, let's be honest. Yeah. Who's watching the World Cup or listening to World Cup on XM?
Foreigners.
Actually, a lot of people are listening. I can tell you, we did a research. We had about 650,000 people listen to the World Cup this weekend.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I mean, the World Cup is gigantic. And I'm telling you, turn it on now. Just pull up and listen to the Hispanic broadcast on Deportivo. It's crazy. It's insane.
Deportivo. That's what I...
Deportivo.
Yeah.
No.
I was listening to it.
You gotta listen to it in Spanish because they're just out of their mind.
You know what the number one station is for F.H. Riley's in Huntington?
XM Deportivo.
Flight 26.
Flight 26. That's a John Zellner special.
What is it? It's like...
It's like a modern AC.
Modern AC, yeah. When people are eating and stuff, it's just the right thing to play.
No 202 in the restaurant?
No. That's around 3 in the morning.
People trying to eat. They're listening to.
I got my signed DVD. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yes.
I got my DVD. Thank you.
Oh, good. You're welcome.
You know, Jimmy hasn't listened to a word you've been saying.
He was talking about the World Cup being huge. The John Zellner baby.
You're reading the paper.
I would never do that while Eric
When
was
our
talking.
boss is on the
But
phone.
I'm really curious. I'm curious. Would you play with your boom boxes over the weekend?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I have to hook mine up because it's hard for me and we're at my building because my building's in a corner. I have really weird reception, even my cell phone and everything there. I got to put my antenna. I just got to put my antenna up. Yeah, I have no idea.
Jimmy can't boombox from where he's at. I got outdoor space, so I get the boombox.
At the little deck.
And I was rocking and rolling back to Manhattan with my propane tank just rolling around the back of my SUV.
Jeez.
Well, you can't get propane in Manhattan for outdoor barbecues. For grills and stuff. So, I got it filled up on Long Island and brought it in.
He went out to Long Island to get some propane.
All right, Elo.
Anthony, did you get real quickly, Anthony, did you get that email I forwarded you from that pest?
Yes, I did. Did a good job. He put us in one of the commercials.
Yeah, I did the Inno spoof.
He took the Inno commercial and made put us in it.
Is it on OpieAndAnthony.com for people to check out?
It's somewhere.
Yeah, it should.
You can find it.
All right, guys.
All right.
Bye, sweetie.
All right, guys, you guys are in. I know you don't believe me.
Cool.
Thank you, Elo.
Bye, boss.
Well,
All right, guys,
we have to believe you now.
No, you don't. You don't have to believe me.
No, I believe
I'm telling you the truth, though.
All right. Thanks, Elo.
All right, see you guys later.
All right. No, it's so weird. We have 2 phone calls on the line. John from Long Island. Lucky Louie was brutally awful. The next one is Lucky Louie was great.
Just the way it goes.
It's just the way it goes, right?
So is the way it goes.
Yep.
And you just want to punch one of them. Guess which one?
I don't know. Put the first guy through.
You want to put him through?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Let's say hi to John on Long Island. John?
Yeah.
What's up, John?
It was an awful show.
All right, well, you can't just say that.
Okay.
What's your problem?
The funniest part, I think, was the little girl in the beginning saying, why 12 times, or whatever it was.
That was
Jimmy Norton?
That was the sexy part.
Jimmy Norton?
Yeah.
Great face for radio. Woof.
Oh, wow, that's a good one. Heard that before.
Another
guy
commenting
it's
about
always
what we
guys.
look like.
I ain't
Why? I don't comment about what guys look like.
Guys that are like.
I ain't no Tom Cruise myself. I ain't no Tom Cruise. But
Dude, do you honestly think? Wait a minute. Wait. Do you honestly think the character that Jim is portraying needs a Tom Cruise?
He's portraying a piece of shit, and he does a very good job at that.
Dude, let me ask you a question. This is my question. Is like Lucky Louie, like any other show, it's just a sitcom. That's all it is. It's no more, no less. Just a sitcom. We have a little bit more content freedom than networks do. But when you compare it to shows that are on now, whether it's 2.5 Men or whatever the, what was her name from Seinfeld who had the show? Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, are you really getting more laughs from, like, according to Jim?
Actually, yes.
Okay. Well, then that's the show for you.
You guys spoke to that guy that last week about something about Friends or something. He thought Friends was funnier. It was your critic or something.
Yeah, that was something. That guy, I hated him so much. I wish I would have handled that better because I was walking a weird line when I was arguing with that guy because I never like to argue. Like, if you don't think something's funny, I don't want to tell you, yeah, it's funny. You have to. I really won't argue personal taste like that. Mm-hmm. There were just certain inconsistencies in his review which just really made me want to spit in his face. Like certain examples he used, which showed me that there was something else going on, like Linda Stassi. Right. That's what annoyed me about him. But I was kind of like trying to walk a minefield. I didn't want to argue personal taste, which is why I look like such a retard in that. Go ahead.
I had to turn it off.
Okay.
10 to 11. I had to turn it off.
Why don't you give it another couple of weeks, see if it grows on you? Because the pilot, I will say this. The pilot, I like the way the pilot came out, but it was directed by somebody different. Everything comes together a little bit better in coming weeks just because we're like more familiar with each other. The writing is a little bit more specific for each one.
And I've never seen a sitcom that hasn't like grown over a few episodes where characters develop more and things happen. But, I mean, dude, unwatchable?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
That's a weird one.
That's a little odd.
It was, like I said, the funniest part was the little girl in the beginning saying why, and him trying to explain the Earth and all that other crap that he was explaining.
All right,
that was
John.
Fuck.
I would say too.
I will. You know what? I'll give it a week. I'll give it another week. I mean, we watched the one that comes before it there, Entourage there, so it's on. Yeah. So I'll give it one more week. How's that?
That's up to you. Good for you.
1 week.
Right, thanks.
It's funny.
Throw you a bone.
People asked about the laugh track on Whack Bag. The laugh track was the laughs you hear, because there were some explosive laughs. Every laugh you hear on that show, and let's clear this up immediately, is organic. Louis told me that there's a guy called the Laugh Man, or whatever he's called. He's in L.A., and what he does is every sitcom uses some sort of laugh track. And this is all the big ones, even with the live studio audiences. But they enhance with a laugh track, which is why the laughs are so even and perfect. And a lot of times they're doing 8, 9 takes or whatever. So they're just, I heard on Friends, because they were all like executive producers, every one of them had to be happy with the scene or some weird shit. So they would use a laugh track.
Jesus.
And they tried to sweeten something in Lucky Louie. Louie recognized it and he goes, we got nothing on that. Don't sweeten it. And he made them take out the sweet. There's none of those jokes are enhanced. There's no barrier between the audience and us. So you're hearing laughs bleed in through the audience, through the actor mics and bouncing. It's really like old school. And that's why the laughs sound like this really weird laugh track. Mm-hmm. Those are organic laughs from the people. There's not one joke that's sweetened. And that Louie's a purist, and I believe me, that's just the way it went. Yeah. Some jokes don't work and they're left in.
All right, let's say hi to Vince in Chicago. Vince?
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Vince.
Hi.
That other caller's a shit dick. Jimmy, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you, mister.
I was rolling. That is the best job of casting since Keith Moon did Uncle Ernie and Tommy.
Good. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, man. Let's go to Bobby in St. Louis. Bobby.
Yeah, how you doing? I watched the show. I love the show, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
My wife missed it. I wanted to force her at like 12:30 to watch it with me. We're in the Midwest there, but I was just too tired. But yeah, I definitely got to keep looking out for that show. It's pretty good.
All right. Well, you know what? You're getting just about all positive reviews here, Jimmy.
Yeah, look, dude, there's no show that's going to be 100%. There's plenty of people that are going to hate it. I don't mind people hating it or thinking it's not funny either. That's a complete taste thing. Certain things I just felt were kind of like, Linda Stassi had a problem that went beyond.
Can we play your scene?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
I'm embarrassed, by the way, to hear my scene. Because I will say one thing. I'm very embarrassed about stuff like that, but my character... There's a scene where I talk. There's like a Planet of the Apes reference, and part of the character thing for Rich was that this guy was like
Rich?
Me. Oh, cut it out! Hope you got me. You.
Why couldn't he just call you Jim to make it easy
Everyone
for
else,
everybody?
Mike is using his name Mike, but I think I'm named Louis is using Louis. But then again, Pam's real name is not.
But why do they do that?
I don't know.
What makes Rich better for your character than Jim?
I don't know.
I hate when they do that.
I don't know because Nick DiPaolo is actually one of the finalists.
Calling you Rich?
You might have to. For the love of God, Ope.
Rich.
Rich. And
photo.
That's gonna be fun in the coming months when fans go up to Jimmy.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Jim, you idiot.
I don't mind being rich.
No,
it's easy enough to remember. Just think of Dumb Voss.
I love being rich.
There was a. I didn't even make that connection.
Ben.
I'd like to be rich.
Get in here. Punch Opie's teeth out.
There's a part of the character description was this guy is into like again comic books and all that stuff, and so like in a couple of the coming scripts they had me like relating things to comic book things. It was just part of this character's weird thing, and my personality doesn't go with that at all.
Right.
And it was eked out immediately. This is the only episode with that element in there. And
really?
The writers were so good, man, at finding who you were, and the brutality of some of the lines I got, and just great.
All right,
coming up.
Well, here it is. Jimmy from Lucky Louie last night.
And I'm cringing, by the way, through all of this.
You.
Hey, guys. Brought you some fresh coffee.
Hey, thanks.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I mean, what the fuck? You never buy me anything, you stingy prick.
I'm in a good mood.
Why?
Well, Kim told me not to make any plans because she wants to have sex every night this week until Sunday.
When was the last time you got laid?
About 4 months ago. Okay, when's the last time you guys had sex?
A couple of times this morning.
I got a hand job in a parlor about 2 weeks ago.
See, and those are all real laughs.
All of them are real laughs. The weird part about being... Two things. First of all, I would love to have changed hand job in the parlor until I got jerked off in a massage parlor yesterday. Like, I couldn't... Again, pilot, you get too nervous to try to change stuff. The weird part about doing that scene is we're off to a side stage, like Louis' living room, like the kitchen, all that is center, so the audience is directly in front of you. But on some of the scenes that we do there, and then in subsequent episodes, it's so weird because there's a half-second delay because you're on a side stage, the whole audience is watching you on a monitor. They're not seeing you live. So it's like they're watching TV and laughing at you on TV. So you have a half-a-second delay, which really is You have to get used to that timing.
Weird.
No, there's no way to do it. There's absolutely no way to avoid it. It's simply because they're not looking at you, they're watching.
Right. I see what you're saying.
The set's got to be built.
Yeah, they can't put everything in front of the audience. It's just not going to work. And every show has to deal with it. Right. But it just takes getting, like, a little bit used to, like, you slow down your timing. Because, like, the first time we shot it, we were, like, stepping.
Yeah.
Like, you think, no laugh.
Wait for it.
That half second you go, no laugh, and I'll laugh, and the line fucked up.
More audio of Jimmy Norton on Lucky Louie last night on HBO.
All right, I have 7 days of sex ahead of me, that's all I know. For exactly 7 days, huh? Why? I don't know, she just... Hey, wake up, dummy, huh? She wants to have another kid. What? No, wait a minute. What about your wife? Is she trying to get pregnant too? Nah, Tina shut down her womb after Jackie was born. So, I just slip it in whenever. It's a non-issue, but with Kim, I can see it in her eyes. She wants another baby. Just another little baby. Yeah.
What do you think, Louie? This morning she just woke up and looked at your dirty, freckled cock and thought to herself, oh yeah, I want that stuck in me.
Maybe.
Dirty, freckled cock.
I will take full credit. That was a Norton. That was a Norton creation.
Oh, of course it was. So obvious, Toss.
And they're so great that Louis is just they're like, yeah, all right, go with it.
Go with the dirty, freckled cock.
How great it is to work under those circumstances where no one has an attitude. They're all like, all right, go with it. Let's do it.
Not? One more bit of audio of Jim Norton on Lucky Louie last night.
Listen up, douche. Women are bad.
Rich, just because your wife divorced you and took all your stuff doesn't mean...
That is what opened my eyes to the truth. And the truth is, women are powerful. They're dangerous. They used to rule the world, Men were slaves.
That's retarded. How could women rule over us? We can kick their ass.
Yeah, but you see, the mothers rule, and you can't raise your hand to your mother.
I'll hit my mother. I'll punch you right in the face.
You're happy. That's great. Now you can. Because we rose up. And then, we laid the patriarchy on them. And then, he expunged the whole thing from the history books and started anew. Just like Planet of the Apes.
Hi, Rich.
Hey, Paul. Meet me in the bathroom. All right, well, I gotta sell some weed. The biggest laugh I got through that whole pilot, and they almost kept it and they didn't, was when Paul came in. This was after the audience had already seen it shot. And I stood up after I did. I said, well, I gotta go suck that kid's cock. And the laugh was deafening. And Louis said the only reason they didn't leave it, and this is why I respect him, he said the laugh was so huge, but when you watched it, you felt like the audience in studio knew something you didn't. Like, the laugh was too big to just like, the reason they laughed so hard is because they knew it wasn't the original line. Like, they saw it in juxtaposition to that line, so he goes, you just felt like there was something they knew that you didn't.
Yeah.
I wish they'd kind of left that, though. That was, that was
a
gem. Maybe for the DVD extras.
That is funny.
Louis was awesome.
Right in the face.
That fucking Haggerty is a funny bastard, man.
Louis was awesome. That guy can fuck off. Louis has tons of potential. Jim looks awesome. Lost so much weight.
Thank you.
Jim had great facial reaction. Louis was pretty realistic. Just some of the phone calls coming in right now. Oh, and a lot of people saying, stop playing it. I TiVo'd it and haven't watched it yet, so we'll stop right there, okay? We'll take a break. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show, little Wolf Mother, bringing us back into the program. I noticed that Dane Cook used a little Wolf Mother.
Goddamn rich cunt!
Did he really? I didn't even notice. That's the music that starts off Torgasm.
Oh, I like that, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
I told Bobby I like that.
Yeah, and then it ends with some Wolf Mother as well. We got to get Bob Kelly on the phone to talk about Torgasm.
Probably sleeping now.
He was the star of the show.
Yeah.
Jay Davies or whatever.
Jay Davis.
Or Jay Davis. Ugh. He's on a tour bus with a bunch of comics, like, 20 dates in 30 days or something like that?
Yeah.
First episode, they have him crying and admitting he's a born-again Christian, and he's turning his life around, and to find a woman, he needs to purify himself or whatever. I'm like, ugh. Good choice, Dane. Good choice.
What was the bottom he hit?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't know Jay was... I know him. I know Jay. I had no idea he was a born-again Christian, to be honest with you.
I don't think you trot along in life and then everything good is happening and you go, I want to be born again. I think everyone that's born again has this bottom that they hit.
Most born-agains, like, have a wide-eyed stare with tears brimming at the bottom.
Right.
And they're going, no, things are good. Things are really good. I've amended my life.
Tears brimming at the bottom.
Yeah, as the fucking FBI rifles through their computer files. No, things are good. I found God.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna make fun of you if you're a born-again Christian. I don't care, but...
I am. You're a douche.
But what is Dane Cook doing getting a born-again Christian comic type guy on the bus, man?
You think he was going for the conflict of like a real-world type reality thing?
I thought the first episode was okay. I kind of liked it. I thought Bob Kelly definitely is the standout.
Yeah.
And I will be watching Torgasm every Sunday because I have an interest. I'm interested in that type of thing. But... man, he made the wrong choices with this Jay Davis. You only have 4 spots on the bus. And I understand, like I think Ann was saying, or somebody was saying this morning, you want that conflict.
Yeah, that dynamic.
Well, that's one of his best friends, too. In real life, it really is one of his best friends.
I understand that, but sometimes you got to kick your best friend to the curb and get someone that's a little more interesting to help out your project.
What do you do if
like after the first episode? After the first episode, I'm thinking, this guy has nothing for this show. In the end, nothing. And I know I'm being harsh, but I think a lot of other people saw it the same way, man. Bob Kelly was just having fun on the bus, and the guy's like, getting all upset and stuff. I think we got the porn clip.
Porn clip?
Jay Davis and Bob Kelly fight about talking about porn. It's 4 guys on a bus,
right? I wonder who's for it, who's against it in this clip.
Well, Jay didn't like it, and Bob said it's only good if it has children in it.
But Bob was talking about how he has this porn tape. It's called the Red Tape, and he only allows people to view it, but he never lets you borrow it. Or something like that.
Yeah, so you got to jerk off with him.
Have you seen the Red Tape?
Yeah, that's the catch.
I don't know. He blew me to one. I don't remember what it was. I didn't remember the color.
Have you seen the... You don't know?
Should have been called the White Tape because that's what his face looked like when I was finished.
But you've never seen the...
faggot.
You never seen the Red Tape?
No. I don't talk porn with him. I give him tapes.
So the guys that talk about porn, it's like, all right, that's kind of cool for this Torgasm, show.
Yeah.
And Jay Davis pops up. I thought because he's a comedian, I'm like, okay, where is he? When is he going to say he's just kidding and busting on these guys? And he never says that. And then later in the episode, he's crying because Bob Kelly's making fun of him too much.
Absolutely.
You know how these guys get where they just attack.
Yeah.
And Bob Kelly's like, I can't be bothered with this. I can't do this.
Maybe he's just sensitive.
Well, let's try to get Bob Kelly on the phone and see if he's going to be real honest about his relationship with Jay Davis. But
right
here is one of the standout clips from Torgasm last night on HBO with Dane Cook.
Jay, what's the best porn you've ever seen?
I don't really want to talk about porn. Did you just say you don't want to talk about porn? No, there's nothing to talk about. Really? Yeah, it's not interesting. Let me tell you how we do this. We talk about porn, okay? About having sex with chicks. And it just lets everybody know that, hey, I still like chicks. And it kind of, we're pissing on the tree. You changed, man. Why don't you want to talk about porn? Honest to God, why? Boring. It's boring? Yeah. Don't pretend like you've never seen it or used it. This is part of a 12-step program.
Yeah.
Number 3, admit that porn is boring.
You got like 42 gigs of porn on your... It's lame.
Yeah, lame.
You collect it like seashells.
Yeah. At some point, you got to tap out. I'm tapping out too, but I'm not going to admit that. You know what, dude? I don't sit around and talk about porn all day. You want to talk about porn all day? Is that what you want to do? Because it's already been 25 minutes. You want to talk about porn for another 30 minutes? No, is that what it is for you, Robert? We're going to talk about sex the whole trip? No. It's day 1.5.
Go fuck yourself, Jay. First of all, it's not about sex, stupid. You understand? We're joking around. We're having a good time. We're talking about a dumb porno. And you're sitting there like, why are you going to do that? Like it's a bad thing? Loosen the fuck up, dummy. I am. You grumpy cunt.
I am not.
And you just woke up and you're a grumpy cunt.
You're the one yelling like an asshole.
Because
you're calling me a grumpy cunt.
Motherfucker.
I didn't yell at you.
Oh, is that what it's all about? With you? Sex? Why don't you do that at the end?
Where's the part where Jay Davis admits he's a born-again Christian? Is that on here, or we didn't get that clip? Well,
first we also have to get to the pad data.
Yeah.
That is spelled Torgasm with an I.
Of course it is.
Wow.
Of course it is.
Derek is an idiot with an A.
Derek.
He did not.
He just ran out. Torgasm.
He spelled Torgasm Tourgasm.
I am.
Torgasm?
Yeah.
Torgasm.
You idiot.
You are a fucking retard.
He's like, whoa, what the fuck? Here he comes.
Open-toed shoe.
Torgasm.
You don't spell good.
Man, he really came across as a real bright guy.
He's a dumb motherfucker.
swear to you.
He looks like a young pilot.
Based on looks alone, yeah.
You would think he's
I
the
thought he
smartest guy
was
in
the
this whole
smartest
place.
guy in the whole goddamn room. And he's a dummy.
Because he has a haircut like the great Santini's son. Fucking creep.
Hold on. When I change the pad, I have to type it really quick. So, and I usually don't double check it.
Right, oh yeah, you don't have. You're so fast. You have to add letters.
Yes.
All right, the I is nowhere near anything you had to type.
That's right.
I'm looking at the keyboard. Usually, if you screw up a B, it's an N or a V got in there or something. The I, nowhere near anything you had to type there.
What, are we going to talk about typing all day?
Yeah.
All they do is talk about...
All they do is give typing lessons.
Bob Kelly explains why he got mad. Unfortunately, I think this was after Jay Davis admits that he's kind of like a born again or found God. I don't remember the exact clip. I wasn't paying that close attention.
Ari ain't.
And that he needed to purify himself or something like that.
Well, what Jay said that got me upset was all you talk about is sex. Robert, he actually named me. He singled me out. Like I was the only one. Like, Gary and Dane weren't in the conversation, too.
Why don't I watch porn? Because I'm trying to clean my life up and get closer to God. To get the right woman in your life, it would be good to be celibate right now. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm thinking of really trying to do that. It's very hard for me because, I love women.
Well, maybe what you said wrong.
It probably came out wrong. I didn't mean it the way he took it. The way I said it, he took it wrong.
You want to watch some porn?
Yeah, you got the red tape.
The kid's got to loosen up. It
sounds like there's a few issues there.
It's just a bad choice.
Not that most stand-up comics don't have them.
I respect the loyalty, but the kid needs to loosen up. He seems like he's not the right person for this whole project.
I'm going to do the same thing, though, to get a woman in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Clean myself up.
Just get celibate for a while.
Right. My yoga teacher's very lovely.
Came over again?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just yoga again?
Listen to me. I'm a master at spotting filth.
Yeah.
There's nothing filthy.
There.
Nothing. No. Completely legitimate. And a sweetheart, really nice. She has a boyfriend, of course. They all do.
Yeah.
All right, well.
She's still nice. I can still have a crush on her. Tee-hee-hee.
So cute.
The next clip, Jay Davis cries.
Yeah.
He cries because Bob Kelly was giving him the business.
But a little too much guff.
A little too much guff. This is what these guys do.
I know.
They just attack your weakness.
And sit around these comics, it's brutal. They just pound each other.
You just got to smile and pray that it's going to end soon and they're going to move on to somebody else. That's what you do. But Jay Davis breaks down and cries.
You know how many beatings I've taken from other fucking comedians, dude?
Oh, and dealt out.
I've gotten mad at times, but 40 minutes in, I've gotten like a right already. And you got to take it.
Shut up.
Yeah. Well, listen to how
40 minutes out.
Oh, yeah. Bad ones.
Listen how Jay handles it, okay?
Hey, what's up? One of these times your lips are gonna get stuck to an ass and we're gonna have to pry them apart. Oh, that's bullshit, dude.
like Christmas Story. Jay, you're not an ass kisser, are you?
No. You're just a nice guy. Yes. And because there's so few of you left, it comes across like I'm an ass kisser.
That's not true. He's an ass kisser.
Why you gotta start
I'm kidding.
Just for giving me shit. Even in the phone calls beforehand, you're always digging at me. I don't mind, but dude, it's like it's.
If you don't mind, then
you're not being honest.
Shut the fuck up.
You're not being honest.
You're gonna set him off.
I've been nothing but nice to you,
but
dude.
That's what I said.
You're talking shit about.
I said I'm cutting it off. How come you don't get that?
Maybe if I had more credits, it'd be easier to bust your balls,
dude. If you think I'm gonna, Dane.
You're both completely right in your butting of heads, but you can't bring it to that, dude. This has nothing to do with opener, middle, or headliner. You have conflict. You have different approaches.
Dude, you know what? Okay, I won't do it no more. I'm done with you. I'm done busting your balls like that.
You know I'm hurt because I'm sensitive, and you're my friend, and you're just fucking with me all the time.
Dude, I'm not gonna fuck with you anymore, dude.
He started tearing
up. I'm sensitive, and you're my friend.
I gotta disagree with Ope. This is the perfect choice. This guy Jay is nut.
There could be some action in the future
hoping,
episodes.
But I don't know,
A bunch of alpha males wouldn't be good, because Gary I don't know if you see this side of him, because he seems like a really quiet, good-natured, fucking really strapping motherfucker, is a psychopath. Gary is an angry, crazy fuck. I'd hate to have him angry at me. Bobby's an alpha male, dumb fatso with that awful Muslim cap. Dane is just kind of a millionaire and fucking, hanging out. And Jay is like a kook in the other way. You need that dichotomy, man.
Super sensitive. Jackass.
I get that. I just hope there's, it might be just a one-trick pony, though, man. This is it,
No.
But then Bob Kelly decides he won't bust his balls. Dane tries to calm Jay down. This scene, you didn't see Torgasm?
No, I was sleepy by.
Well, I got advanced copies, man. That's the beauty of doing live reads for HBO on the other side of this show. I saw Torgasm at 8 o'clock at night. It was perfect for me.
I didn't see it.
So Jay goes running off to the bus, and he's in one of the cubicles that we just saw out there, with the curtain completely closed, and he's crying inside. And Dane Cook is trying to talk to him through the closed curtain to calm him down. Yes.
With the cameras rolling, and Jay doesn't know the cameras are rolling.
Cameras are rolling.
God,
so
no.
You might hear like Jay kind of muffled in the background. That's because there's no mic on him, and the curtain is completely closed.
Eek.
I got to handle them with kid gloves or not handle them at all. It's like, the big lion playing with the little cub. It's like we're playing, and it's like, I can't play with you like that because I'll hurt you. And I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to make
pause that for a minute? But just the fact that Bob, that you uses fucking gay male terminology, the fucking big lion playing with the little cub.
With the little cub.
Is it, faggot?
Isn't that like, some type of gay terminology?
And I'll hurt you. Shut up, Bob.
Yeah, he's got more skills.
Spit gum right off his fat forehead.
Lion.
Big eating the fucking cub because he's too lazy to hunt. Shithead.
I don't want to make the kid mad, but he's sensitive, and it's like, you know what? He jumps in and out of it. He'll bust balls, he'll have fun.
It's because he's got that ADD.
Whatever,
But he's reading a book, and he might get through the first paragraph before.
You know the comic mentality, man. There's a lot of ball busting going on. There's a lot of...
cool with that.
I know that Bobby pushed you, man. He pushed you far, and you spoke up, and you told him.
I want to say a prayer, and I'm going to go kick some ass on stage tonight. I'm going to be funny, and I'm going to have a great time up there, and nothing's going to take that away. Gary kind of busted my balls like, you're a kiss ass, but he left it at that. And then Bobby continued to embellish, and it was like digging and digging and digging until finally I was just like, you know what? This is day 3. I'm not going to allow this to happen throughout this whole trip.
Do what you just said, man. Bring your real emotion up on stage tonight. You let it be known for yourself and whoever else you care about seeing it, that's what matters to you, man, is the show.
That there has to be that type of psychobabble, fucking analyst bullshit going on a tour bus.
Here's what that should have went. Shut up, faggot.
Shut up. Stop crying, baby.
Well, you know what that happens? Anytime someone cries on a bus, the other 3 cocks should be stuck through the curtain. Go ahead. Work on the one of your choice. Bob tries to get analytical at one point, too. It's like, if you know Bob, and you know he is as dumb as they come, and if you look at him, all you got to do is shave his face, and he looks like De Niro waking up in Raging Bull when they're bringing sexual assault charges against him. That fat gut, they just tap his big stupid arm. Champ, you gotta wake up, champ. I introduce him to men. Stupid lumbering ox.
I want him to grow his beard in heavier and get that Al Zarqawi look. You just know he'd look just like Al Zarqawi.
Oh, dude, I'm like the big cub playing with the little cub. I'll hurt you. Yeah, if you step on my foot, maybe. Why don't you shut up?
You're like a Piper cub playing with a little cub. Fucking airplane-sized human.
So I guess it was a good start to Torgasm.
Yes, I explained it. Go fuck yourself.
I didn't even get it, but it was still...
Yeah. It was definitely a good start.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting to see how it unfolds. Like, is this going to be a complete car crash or whatever? Because I mean, Dane obviously shoots a special. They all survive it, and they're all friends. But it did. I remember we've talked to Bob while it was happening, and it did get very uncomfortable at times.
I couldn't imagine spending that much time so close to people that you're working with in any capacity.
Yeah.
I can't. We had toyed around with the idea of taking a tour bus, taking this show, and going cross country or something, and broadcasting from various places. I don't know. I love you guys.
You were the one that said no.
Go fuck yourselves.
You were the one that said no.
I would need my own bus. I can't be around people for that length of time.
You're embarrassed about your duties. He's probably afraid his shit's going to stink up the bus.
That too.
Fucking greasy.
Are you kidding? I've let out a 2-minute fucking snake in the bathroom here.
2-minute snake?
While you guys are taking a piss. Yeah, we're at 2 minutes and I'm done.
Why don't we
taking a shit?
Did we tease
shit here.
anything or mention anything yet?
Tomorrow's the day.
Okay, well, why don't we, let's just say this.
We got a nice announcement tomorrow. Big announcement.
Why don't we get a bus?
No.
I want a bus.
I want a bus.
I don't want a bus.
Yes, you do.
Because I think we've only scratched the surface with Anthony. If he was forced to live with us on a tour bus for a week or two,
or even a few days,
I could not.
I think they're
Anthony wears panties. Anthony wears girls' panties.
How does that come out of like that? I don't want to be around
Anthony paints his toes. He's embarrassed. We're gonna see.
He wears boy shorts from Victoria's Secret.
They are adorable.
It's a whole creepy ritual. He puts on a wig with pigtails,
and it's okay because it says boy. They're boy shorts, right?
I do not.
He dances around singing "Who's a Pretty Girl."
I am.
I think if we're all on a tour bus, Jimmy and I would we would just be looking at each other like, "Did you see that?
Why is this happening?"
You saw that, right? Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's make believe.
No,
let's make believe we're not seeing what we're seeing.
I would spend all the time watching television and just doing nothing. That would be it. I don't like.
You wouldn't be hanging in the back, man.
Doing what? With
talking, telling jokes and stories.
We do that all day.
Telling stories.
That's
ghost stories.
Getting to know each other.
That's my goddamn job.
How about telling ghost stories in the back of the bus?
With a flashlight at your chin to look even scarier.
About the time you thought it was a ghost and it turned out it was just a neighbor with a heart on.
All of a sudden it's like, guys.
No flashlight at your chin.
Guys, have you ever cried?
Oh, tell us when you cried. Yeah, we could videotape it.
Yeah, why not?
Put it out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we want the tour bus. We want the tour bus.
Right, we want the tour bus. We're getting one, too.
Only if it stops at a hotel every night at 5
Why is that so loud?
Because I'm deaf.
What?
But why don't you leave it in there? It's so...
No.
What?
It's like loud.
I would want to stop at a hotel 5 o'clock every night and sleep, and then get back on the bus. Wherever you want to go is fine, but I need a hotel by 5 for room service for dinner.
That's fine. I'll accept that.
Okay. Have we negotiated this?
Yeah. We'll just say yes, and at 5 o'clock we'll just drive right by the hotel. You want to jump off at 65? Stupid. Otherwise, you're in your hotel.
I thought you were being sincere
you
for
want
a
your
moment.
room service? Here's some chips, fucko.
You know, Jimmy, I'm sensitive, and I thought you were going to.
I'm breaking your balls, man. You right away. You're getting fucking religious.
We got a film crew in here today.
Yeah.
Not too distracting.
There's just 2 of them.
Yeah,
making sure the lighting and the sound's all right.
No, that's good. That there's not fucking like lights and shit. When they bring in the lights is when it's a pain in the ass.
What are we?
And I never noticed any difference. Yeah, there have been video crews that come in with a boom mic and a fucking camera and they tape shit and it looks like us in the studio. Then there's people that set up 1,000 fucking lights and checking everything and white balance. This takes 5 fucking years and it looks exactly like the guy that just came in with the boom mic.
Remember 2020 was in here, which
Yeah.
I never got paid for, by the way. Fucking, they owe me money.
Oh, really?
Go get it. You go get it.
Yeah, I'll do my own expose. That
was a waste of time. They filmed 4 hours in here. They didn't use 1 second.
I guarantee you that was an ABC decision when they saw it was the show. Because of what happened.
Exactly.
All right, what are we filming today, boys?
Yeah, what's being taped? Don't talk into your own boom mic.
Oh,
That'd
now
be
you're going to
silly.
be quiet? Yeah. This guy had a million questions when the mics weren't on.
Yeah, I'll be shy.
He was all men. He was all happy to be here and stuff.
He's got the accent.
Huh? Oh, my God.
Hold on.
This is going to stink. What? Why are we here?
Yeah, what's going on?
Don't point at each other.
Don't be shy.
You're one of your guests today.
Who's our guest?
Tommy Tiernan.
Tommy what?
Tommy Tiernan.
Tommy Tiernan.
What are you filming for?
He's got a couple of shows coming up, I think.
Yeah.
He's a comic, stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes?
Doing a documentary?
We're doing a documentary. We've been following him for the last 2 years.
On him?
For 2 years?
2 years?
2 years.
Holy shit.
What's the documentary like? Why cover so much?
Why don't I let him explain it?
All right.
That's probably a good idea.
That's really fucking a long time.
That
to
is a
follow
long
anybody.
time to do. Like,
are you sick of him yet?
I'd say he's probably more sick of us than we are.
Okay, fair enough.
Where are you from with that accent?
From Ireland.
Oh, yeah. I recognize that.
Nice.
Yeah. You too, sir? Ireland?
No, I'm from Australia.
Okay.
But,
I was actually going to guess New Zealand.
I'm just hooked up with the team for the Manhattan section.
You could all just revel in how much England sucks, right? Both of yous.
Yeah.
Irish.
Yeah.
Australian. Both been persecuted by those motherfuckers. right? No?
Where's Tommy from?
Where's Tommy from?
We've sorted it out these days.
Have you?
We're all comrades.
I haven't. I hold a grudge.
I'm still holding a grudge.
I'm still holding a grudge for you guys. We're the superpower. And they laugh. Australia's huge. What do you guys got? Any nuclear missiles or nothing?
There's something in the centre there.
I don't think
you have
Pine
nothing.
Gap, I think.
Yeah, Pine Gap. Is that like your
It's kind of...
We left
Groom Lake?
very
Is that like Area 51?
Very secretive.
Yeah? Australia ain't got shit.
The Australians are always going to jail for fucking with Indonesia. They always go over there to smuggle coke because it's close. They get caught and they go to prison for life.
Or get killed. They'll put you to death
Hey,
over
what happened
there.
with those Australians that were busted in Indonesia recently? There was a bunch of them, like they were hanging out at a like one of those spas that people go to visit, like a resort.
Right.
And they got busted trying to smuggle drugs. There's a bunch of them on a big ring recently.
Oh, well.
You don't read much news, huh?
No, I've been over here for 4
was a
years.
big story.
4 years?
You don't get much Australian.
You Aussies don't lose
you
your
don't
accent,
get a lot of
though.
Australian news over here.
Aussies never lose their accent because they know
No.
chicks fucking dig it.
But I guess they're in big trouble if they got caught over there.
How far is Indonesia from Australia?
4 hours, 6 hours.
Okay.
Boring. Where you are in Australia. Yeah.
Depending where you are, see? It's like saying, how long is it from the United States to Hawaii? It depends if you're in fucking L.A. or in New York.
Yeah,
Ass.
exactly. 6 hours to 12
Australia's
hours.
big. Australia's got to be 10, 12 miles across.
Perhaps larger than that, Anthony.
Let's go to Chris in New York. Thanks, guys. We'll get Tommy in here in a second. Chris.
Morning, boys.
Hey.
And believe it or not, I actually have a serious question for you.
All right.
Last week, when you guys were talking about wanting to have a commercial on XM and they not supporting you, and
Right,
all
serious
throughout your
question.
careers, and
Right.
all throughout your careers, you've known what you wanted to do,
Right.
and you've known what the end game is.
Right.
What do you see as the end game?
Blowing up our
Where
careers
do
for
you
the
want to
third
be
time?
when your career's done?
Yeah, when we finally blow up our careers again, it'll be an even bigger story than the last two times put together.
Yeah, this is
because we'll be bigger than we were before.
But how big? 50 markets, 100 markets, international?
As many markets as we can get into. That is the end game. There's no real end game. It's infinite, my friend.
They won't
It is
blow this one up.
infinite.
Yeah, I guess there's no real answer to that. We just want to be the biggest radio show out there. That's the end
well,
game.
congratulations. You just did that.
We're getting close.
We're working on it, Popeye.
Thanks, Chris.
Guys.
Why don't we take a quick break and we'll get Tommy in here with the film crew from...
Sounds good.
Where are you guys from?
Australia, Ireland.
Ireland and Australia?
And he's from where?
Ireland as well.
Ireland as well.
Is
Galway, actually.
What?
Galway.
Galway.
Is he well known in Ireland?
Yeah.
Like how? Like compared to a comic in America?
He's the Chris Rock of Ireland.
Wow.
Whoa.
Is he really?
Wow.
Obviously, he's white, but you know.
That's pretty big. Yeah.
Of course he's
Figured
white.
that out. He's from Ireland.
I would hope so.
You don't have black people over there, do you?
We do, yeah.
Not really.
They're called Italians.
Do you treat him well? Do you treat him well?
Very well.
Yeah.
No racism over there?
No.
You don't really hear
We
about
love everybody.
the hate crimes over in Ireland. It's all English, Irish.
Too busy getting
Protestant
drunk to hate
Catholic.
anybody.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not
Protestant
racial, it's
Catholic.
religious.
No, I understand that.
I love your
Everybody knows
Guinness, by the way.
So do we.
Yes.
How about
Keep sending that over.
how famous is Billy Connolly over there?
He'd be pretty famous, yeah.
Got another comic you could compare it to?
Not really. He's kind of out on his own at the moment.
Oh.
He's,
I thought you were going to say Dr.
There's-
William H. Cosby.
There's problems between the two camps, huh?
No, he lost a bit of respect there for some off comments a couple of years back.
What did he say?
About it was during the some hostage crisis during the Iraqi war.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't very PC.
What did he say?
Something like, I wish they'd just get it over and done with. As in, pertaining to the fact that they usually end up killing the hostages.
Now, were they Irish hostages?
No, he's a British guy.
Oh, right.
Oh, what was it?
I remember
Kenneth Bigley, or that guy who they beheaded?
Yeah, the newspapers took it out of context. And
Just get it over with? I couldn't imagine him saying
Well,
that unless
you
it was
see,
in
there was
some
a
kind
whole
of dark
preamble
comic, context.
There was a whole preamble that came before it, I believe.
Yeah, but they never print
No,
that.
No, the paper's much too...
They just
oh,
print the
boy.
bad part.
Yeah, we can't be bothered with what he said before or after it.
All right. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll get Tommy in here, see what he's all about. And the film crew will
That guy
roll
did get a
and-
beheading, by the way. Kenneth
Of course
Bigley.
he did. And I'm sure you
Yeah,
watched it.
I have seen
on
it.
some internet fucking site. You
Why
ghoul.
are you watching
you fucking
those?
ghoul?
Why not? I mean,
Because you're a ghoul.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Why do you watch? Why do you enjoy watching something like that?
Because every time it just reminds me of exactly who we're dealing with.
I know that it's what we're dealing with without having to watch that.
It is the worst thing you can ever
I like
see.
to sleep at night.
Yeah, I know. I want to be able to go to bed and sleep without waking up going in the middle of the night.
A lot of people ask where my edge is. That's one of them.
I can't watch that.
A couple times they have popped it up in the office. I'm like, goodbye.
Yeah,
I
don't wanna
start
watch it.
watching, and I don't even get where the blade's
I can
on
watch
the neck.
long distance stuff. I watch bombings, like soldiers shooting each other. That's great stuff. But that other stuff with the that's a little too up close and personal.
And I could even do our Bud Dwyer.
Yeah, it's quick.
Our Bud Dwyer, I have no problem watching.
It's
and
the idea of
that one's pretty rough.
A knife sawing through someone's neck.
You can hear them
takes
trying to breathe.
time, right?
Yeah, it's
it
horrendous.
takes too long. It's not our Bud Dwyer with a bullet through his head. It's over.
How many have you seen?
Few.
He's got the box set.
I've seen a few.
Ghoul.
No, but I don't get a pleasure out of it. I don't get a misshapen pleasure out of it. It's,
No.
it's there, so I look at it. It's very, very disturbing on a
Doesn't
really
it
primal
stay with
level.
you like a fog over you for a while?
Yeah, the Eugene Armstrong one. They were all awful, but for some reason, I guess that one bothered me the most because you could hear him trying to breathe. It was just it hits you on like a really primal level.
Yeah,
but it also it's like these are the fucking savage people we're dealing with.
Yeah,
they're awful fucking human beings.
Ugh.
Awful.
I ain't watching
I have no love for any of them.
Pornography.
I enjoy that
That's
too.
what you watch on the
I
internet.
put that on right after. I had to fucking cleanse the palate.
Cleanse the palate, it is.
Nothing, when you see something uncomfortable, there's nothing like watching a girl blow a horse just to fucking put you right back where you belong. You don't know who's luckier.
All right,
horse or her.
Let's
Hey,
take
those
a
ribs.
break, and we'll talk to Tommy next, okay?
All right.
All right. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. We got a film crew ready to go. So you guys want the big intro, I guess, so it looks good for the documentary? Jimmy, you want to do the big intro for Tommy Tiernan?
Tommy's here. Tommy Tiernan's here in the studio with us, but he's not in yet. Could he come in?
No, you got to go, and here he is. Like the film crew's waiting. They're
Okay.
they're filming the door right now.
Okay, here's Tommy's here.
That's the big
That's
intro.
good.
He needs a big intro.
All right.
You know, this is a big deal.
Okay, guys, the documentary. This right now is Thomas Tiernan coming in.
Oh my God, it's so awkward for everybody.
What? I do a good introduction.
Was that the best introduction ever?
I didn't even hear it.
Yeah,
It was great.
I got
Neither
scared.
did we, really. Jimmy gets scared. He gets nervous.
He gets very nervous when there's a big star in the studio.
They're doing a 2-year documentary.
They're
He's
2
not
year?
leaving that intro in.
2-year documentary.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Because not that much happens in my life.
Is that it? You need to like spread it out. Everything.
It's a slow burner.
It's like 3 minutes a day, maybe.
Not even.
Not even.
A phone call a week.
How much would that actually figure out per day for 2 years? All right, who's the math whiz?
Does he have to make that face when he films?
What face?
It's a very heavy camera.
He's kind of, he's got to shut one eye. and
Especially if
look
it's
in.
just a half-hour documentary they're doing.
He's got to show
Yeah,
one
half-hour
eye.
documentary. It's like the life of the mayfly. It's got to be done in fast motion. Get your 2 years in.
So is this gonna be shown anywhere, or DVD, or what?
It's going to be shown in Ireland in the winter.
On TV?
On TV.
All
yeah.
winter long.
How many installments, like episodes?
There's 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
An hour each?
Half an hour each.
Okay, so 2 hours of tape. Now, why 2 years?
Because the documentary's about me coming over working in America, so it's spread over 2 years. So I've been coming over the past
2 years.
Do you go back and forth, or you kind of stay here for
back
2
and
years?
forth all the time? Yeah. So
where do you work when you're here?
I'm at the. I do theatres as opposed to comedy clubs. I actually saw you in a comedy club. I was doing a place.
It was blowing a guy in the bathroom, right?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a comedy club. That could have been one of any number of clubs.
Rest stop.
It was a 2-blow minimum. It was. I was playing in the Village Theatre, and you're in a comedy club downstairs around the.
Oh, the Cellar Comedy Cellar.
Yeah. Great place.
And I actually saw you in a DVD the other night. It was a Lewis Black collection of shorts and the Burton Dick story.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That we did that like 2000. Oh boy, I'm finally going to be alone with Hillary.
Yeah, what's the name of that again? I love that thing.
Side Splitters.
Side Splitters.
They're actually doing HBO. We bought the rights for that. Something like Owen Wilson or something. He's like exec producing or something.
Jesus. Don't you do a spit take in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, when she goes, "Do you want to see my pussy?" Sure I do.
A spit take. Mr. 1935.
Very good.
So they're doing a two-year documentary on you about coming to America. I never actually worked in Europe. I mean, I've never been to Ireland, never been to England. You translate here?
Yeah, there's a few cultural references that don't. Like, I would do a lot of stuff about the Irish Tinkers and stuff like that.
And we have no idea what that is.
No.
The fuck is a tinker?
They're like gypsy people.
Gypsy people.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, we got the same thing. It ends the same, too.
We thought they were the
word.
faggots.
Wait,
Oh, you don't get it.
I am really lost.
All right.
I know it's mean and racist, but I want to get it. Ed Byrne's an Irish comedian, right?
Ed Byrne, yeah.
I've seen him here.
Dylan Moran. I don't know if you know any of the other guys. Billy Connolly would be the biggest guy. Eddie Izzard. You know, guys like that who have come over here before.
You do theater, so it's more like long form.
Yeah, it's more rambly, you know.
Instead of just getting up there and, joke punchline.
Well, it's interesting because I'm doing the Letterman show. We're taping it tonight for Friday, and the whole point of that was to try and cut what I do down to 4.5 minutes. So I would have like a 10-minute chunk, and it's mainly bullshit. It's it's not really direct or, like I'm talking now.
It's just people are funny story.
Well, you're waiting for the point, so that's the way I talk, And so the whole thing of the past weekend has been trying to kind of shill it down into 4.5 minutes. So that's the kind of journey.
How tough is that? I mean, because you don't do that.
It's hard, yeah. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Yeah. Don't bring up.
You taping tonight?
Taping tonight, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They tape Monday for Friday?
Yeah.
How do they do it with the topical jokes?
Ooh.
Like, how did the monologue? How do they do it with monologue? I can see the stand-ups, because,
Yeah.
We know we're doing.
Robert Duvall is on it, and Sonny.
Fuck, am I jealous? Fuck, am I jealous?
You don't have him?
I certainly don't.
Wait, we're supposed to have him come in. I'm not even kidding.
Don't tease.
Ask Ben. I'm telling you, Robert Duvall's coming in here.
I'm doing Leno on Thursday, and I'm doing it with Kate Beckinsale, who's apparently very popular. I have no idea who she is.
Yeah, but you don't know.
Google her name, my friend.
I'd rather just do Duvall. I'd rather fucking meet Duvall, man. Well, that's you, lucky bastard.
I'll tell him you said hello.
Fuck, I'm jealous. Tell him the tango stinks, by the way, and to stop doing it. He likes the tango. It's fucking an awful dance. No one enjoys the tango. It stinks.
So how big are you in Ireland?
Huge.
Seriously? We have no idea.
Yeah.
Can't walk the streets?
I'd be one of the top comics in the country.
What? Really?
It's weird.
He's the guy.
Certain guys like Lee Evans comes here, and I mean he's known here, but I mean he is massive in England, and here he's like he has a niche because it's theaters, so people who know him from there will come see him. But it's amazing, a guy like you don't realize how famous some guys are. Like Billy Connolly is famous everywhere in the world, and like here is like his least amount of fame.
Yeah,
but that's when you find out though if you're because sometimes when you become really well known. When you walk out on stage, people can start clapping because they know you already and they like you, and your work can get worse over a period of years because you don't have to try so hard because people always like you. So when you arrive in a place where nobody knows you, you can't coast on that. You have to just produce it for strangers.
Would people run over Bono to get to you?
No.
All right. At least he's got some reality here. Yeah. Bono, the biggest thing on the planet Earth.
Yeah, he's huge.
And others, some of the closer planets.
Right about now, he's like, I can't believe these guys don't know me. We really don't know you. We're not going to fake it. I don't know.
He understands, man. It's like when you
think I'm like that?
No, that was a joke. See, we're comedians too, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
No, we like to get the laughs out too.
We have that stupid dry American humor.
Right. Oh yeah, we're very sarcastic and dry.
You big in England too? England?
Not really. No, big-ish. Not really in England. Mainly in Ireland. Mainly in Ireland. But Ireland's very small. I mean, Ireland is the size of I don't know, someplace local cultural
someplace
reference.
Not very large.
Insert small reference here.
Ireland's not that big. It's the size of something smaller.
How big is it? Rhode Island?
No bigger than Rhode Island.
No, we have a population of 4 million. It's 150 miles wide and 350 miles long.
Jesus. Okay. 350? That's bigger than Jersey.
It's about 1/10 the size of California.
Texas.
Texas. It could be smaller than that.
No.
I don't know. We're all doing geography like fucking retards.
Geography lesson.
No, none of us know.
Let's nail this statistic before we move on.
It's smaller. What's your material? What do you riff on?
Religion, sex, family.
Because I'm hearing politically incorrect. You're not one of these guys that kind of.
No, I've been done for blasphemy a few times in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, I've been.
You've been what for blasphemy?
I've been done for it. I've been charged with blasphemy.
They charge you for that?
Well, no, that was a bit more dramatic than the reality of it. I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
Like 1300s. Jim thinks it's...
They put him in water with a chicken and they weighed them both. They used to do it in Salem. Fucking see if you were a witch. Fucking morons we were.
I know.
Well, you weigh more than a chicken. You're guilty. Yeah. What?
If you float, you're a witch.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fucking two little girls they listen to.
If you sink and drown, you were innocent, but you're... you'll be taken care of.
Apologize as we're wringing out your corpse. Silly geese. So they charge you with blasphemy for
what? Like what? Well,
because I did. I suppose it's the same with TV shows here. You can't do the same material on a network show than you can in a nightclub audience, and I made the mistake of thinking that you could, and I went on and I did this material about the Virgin Mary and the Lamb of God and stuff like that. It was 6 or 7 years ago when there was a big blasphemy thing in the Irish Parliament about it, and then most recently I went on and I cursed a few times on TV, and the Broadcasting Complaints Commission had to look into it, and they made the TV station apologise and stuff like that. So
in Ireland they have like a FCC here.
Yeah.
It's the BCC over there.
BCC, yeah.
And you can't curse? Like, are there set rules, or is there that gray area? Like, we have satellite radio, obviously, you can say whatever you want.
You can say shit.
You can say shit?
Can't say that here.
See, we can't even say that. Okay. We can't even say like...
shit on TV?
Yeah. Yeah, no, not if you're reading the news. Well, or the weather or something. But if
you're gonna shit yourself at this one.
It's from Scotland, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was my Scottish. I can only do Scottish. I can't do Irish.
If we have like this,
all comes out the same. It's some type of bastardized English.
We can't say shit. And you can only say cunt as an adverb.
Like cuntish.
I had no idea what an adverb was. I thought it sounded funny. You actually knew.
Cuntly. Yeah. There was kind of a cuntish day. Look at the cunty head in him.
You guys got a little easier because we can't say anything. I mean, the standards. Now, when you do television, any material, television here in the States, you ever get in trouble because you're not...
Well, my first thing is tonight. So the Letterman shows
2 years of a documentary, and the first television you're doing is tonight.
Yeah, it's
all built up to this, folks.
It's very European cinema. It's the slow wind up.
Are you nervous?
I'm not so nervous now. No, I was very nervous on Friday when I did my first set. And it was like 11 minutes long, and the guy said, "Okay, we've got to cut."
You had to cut 7 minutes out of a set,
more or less, yeah. And then he said, "You know, a lot of the stuff that you think is funny, we need to
get rid of."
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the material Jim Norton wrote.
Oh yeah, please.
No, I'm struggling taking. It's hard for me to take like something times out at 5 minutes. You gotta have 5 minutes, then 3 for panel. You don't know if you're gonna need the panel, but you do 5, then all of a sudden you finally got it. Okay, it's 5 minutes. This is what I have to do. Then one crowd, you talk a little slower. It's fucking 6 minutes, or like I talk faster. It's 4.5. I'm like, you can't get that exact.
But your
time.
stuff is quite dark, isn't it?
Some of it is, but I mean, Leno lets you gives you a lot of leeway. But I mean, I know the material is okay. It's just a matter of timing it out. It's brutal. 11 minutes, man. That's a big cut.
Yeah.
To go.
But we think we the last show last night was in Caroline's. We had 4 minutes and 33 seconds of solid gold. So hopefully it won't melt in the meantime.
Dude, you should just do what you do and then stop. Like, look at your watch. I finally go. So then I come up and then just fucking wave and walk.
That would be a great bit, though. Someone should try that.
Good kicker for the documentary.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just fucking
camera.
Robert Duvall, I'm so jealous. That's all I'm obsessing now.
Paris Hilton is on. They record 2 shows on a Monday, and Paris Hilton is on the early show.
The one that will air tonight, probably, right?
You get to see her?
I don't know. Is she worth having a look at, do you think?
I don't know.
Look at her feet. Didn't you just say you didn't like her?
Did I say?
Who was the one that said that Paris Hilton should be off the wall? Camera guy?
I don't know.
She lost my respect.
Yeah. Why did she lose your respect? She's a slut.
And she likes big cocks. She's a good girl.
How does a slut
He didn't
lose
like
your
the way
respect?
her tape was directed.
Yeah, they thought the camera work was shoddy. Fucking love her.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dirty rich brat.
Look at her feet. Tell me if they're big.
She's very light girl, isn't she?
A what?
She's very light.
Light?
She doesn't weigh much.
No.
You can throw her around really.
She's a fat puss too.
Elfin, like.
Yeah.
Elfin.
Waifish.
Little pointy ears.
Hey, waif.
All the easier to snap her neck when you're done.
Smash her face in Lucky Charms and then just brutally sodomize her in a fucking Marriott.
Lucky Charms. Why Lucky Charms?
There's
magically delicious.
There's a picture. Well, he said Elfin. There's a picture of her.
Oh, very good.
Up here somewhere.
That's very good.
With the pink over there.
Elf?
Look
Is
at
that Jude Law?
Fucking leprechaun.
Look at this. Look at
Jude
this
Law.
little fat puss hanging out. Is that fucking?
He likes fat ones.
Yeah, Tommy, he likes the fat puss.
Yeah,
all gone agricultural all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Nice big, big plump one.
Any politics comes into your
Not really,
track
no.
now?
Religion?
No.
What do you got on religion?
I'm not going to do material for you.
Right.
No, I don't want you to do material, but
no.
What angle do you take on it?
What angle do I take on it?
For or against?
For God. Is he good or bad? Go.
I'm pro Jesus, absolutely.
Good.
Pro Jesus, but in a very life enhancing, joyful, non-sectarian, ecumenical sense.
Keeping the guilt out of it.
Yeah, keeping the guilt out of it is correct.
Guilt-free Christ.
Do you take the piss out of religion, as they say?
Yes. Yeah, I do, yeah.
It's
all done in a hopeful way, though. You know, you got to be. The great Bob Dylan lines: "Live outside the law." You got to be honest. You could try and just infuse the thing with a sense of mania and joy and recklessness and hope. That's what I try and do.
That's not what religion's about.
Really?
It's all about guilt and hurt and fear and
pain.
Say it. And the Jews. And the Jews. Let's all just say it.
And the Jews.
Being Irish is like being Jewish. We're kind of like the Jews, but not as focused. So
you have that kind of outcast feeling, that kind of persecuted
we're the
over
blacks
the years.
Of Europe.
Yeah.
Irish, you know, as
the blacks of Europe.
Yeah. We're. I think Irish people have a lot in common with oppressed tribes around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lithuanians, Romanians, black people, Jewish people, Puerto Ricans.
Kind of pulled yourselves up by the bootstraps over the years, though.
How do you mean?
It's not quite as bad as it used to be.
No, but I think there's a kind of heretical. Is that
hereditary?
Hereditary. Thank you. 6 seconds away, round 2, in my corner. And I think there's a kind of what's it called? A tribal historical memory gene,
like an instinct.
Yeah, of oppression in the past.
Yeah, I think certain, people of certain backgrounds have that. It's almost like, some kind of instinctual thing that's in them when they're born to feel persecuted.
We just have a memory of it. Like, I from doing this stuff around the clubs here, I found that the black people really laugh at my stuff because it's all about family and sex and they can really identify with that. Whereas I found when I was in California, they were slightly more reserved and was slightly more kind of
uptight jizz buckets.
That's the West Coast thing. That is East Coast, West Coast, my friend.
You know,
absolutely. It's a little different.
I definitely think there's a tribal gene. You know, that we remember stuff that we haven't experienced.
Hey, were you surprised? Was there any stuff that you wanted to do on Letterman and they're like, no, you can't do that? Not because they didn't think it would translate, because it was too mean. Or
I had a line which was it was about about boys learning about sex. The line I had about it was one boy says to another boy, "Your Mickey goes hard." And they said to me, "You can't describe an erect penis on television."
Yeah, and you said you didn't. Isn't that weird? Like,
I said erection.
We find it fascinating sometimes with the FCC that you can't say certain things. Like, that's harmless. That's innocent, nothing.
And sexy. Two boys discussing their Mickeys. How do you not enjoy that? Two fellas and their little Mickeys. That's bound to happen.
So your Mickey can't go hard on TV.
No.
So how did you fix it, or you just took it out?
I took it out. I whipped it out.
He said Goofy instead. No.
Your Mickey goes Goofy. Your Goofy goes Mickey.
Goofy goes hard. See, the joke was replace the part that wasn't.
I know, right?
When you see Robert Duvall, when you see Robert Duvall, tell him nobody's fucking tangoing anymore. Make a point of that. Stick your face in his dressing room and just go, the tango eats ass, and slam the door.
I don't think.
Why is he? What do you mean?
I don't know. He's notorious. He thinks the tango is elegant. It's
his hobby.
Really?
Yeah, he likes the tango.
He did a movie called Assassination Tango.
He could do anything he wants. He was in The Godfather.
He certainly was, but he wasn't fucking tangoing. Maybe I could help as he's spinning. Stupid ass.
Well, you know what? Coppola was really trying hard to get him for the last one, and he wouldn't do it.
He priced himself out of it, I think, on
really?
purpose. They think it was shit, and he knew it was shit.
Wow.
I don't blame him. But Assassination Tango is apparently about a guy who's an assassin, and he goes to commit a murder somewhere in some foreign country, and he passes by this place and he sees this girl tangoing, and he learns the tango.
Dun, dun, dun. They got Sonny at the toll booth. Dun, dun.
Now you've had your dance. Fucking horrible. At the end, he shoots himself when he sees the dailies. Blech.
Did you see anything cool in America?
Did I see anything cool in America?
Anything that stands out that's going to make the documentary?
I don't think so. We went shooting and stuff like that. We met some Indians. We went to a big church thing down in Texas, the Lakewood Church Center. The guy gets 22,000 people every Sunday morning.
Oh, Jesus. The young guy that's on TV?
Joel Osteen. Yeah,
I think I see him on TV. If it's the same
That's
guy.
That's a lot of people.
They bought... The Houston Rockets used to play basketball.
Okay, that's the guy.
The Lakewood Church bought the arena. And now they're playing somewhere else, and he's
on every Sunday.
If you're going to church and you need arena parking, you're a religious fanatic.
Wow, do you find the people a little off?
But it was just there were lots of there's a few autistic people there and stuff, and they were jumping up and down. But it's just a feel good thing. I mean, 22,000 people don't arrive at something unless it has some feel good factor.
Yeah,
nobody's going to arrive.
I've seen films of when they got both hands in the air and they kind of shut their eyes and it kind of looks like they just did heroin.
They're just whizzing in their pants.
They're just having a good time.
If you go with the flow of it, you know what I mean? It's actually quite enjoyable. If you kind of get rid of the part of your brain which watches what you do and is sarcastic to yourself all the time, and you take a nap.
Can you almost feel the joy around the...
Yeah, if you don't believe it, if you just kind of say, okay, sleeping at Disneyland with some retarded children. Do you know what I mean? You just kind of go with the flow of it. And
right.
It's cool, you know.
How long of a service is it?
It's about an hour.
Oh, that's not bad. All right, 22,000 people got to file in on that fucking place for an hour.
For an hour,
but they all come before and because same people go every week.
There's a pre-show and everything.
A lot of buses, I bet.
And they meet each other. Hey, I haven't seen you since last week.
Since a week.
Yeah.
God damn, that's a lot of
flipping around on Sunday mornings. I see it. It's crazy. How many people he's preaching in front of?
Fucking. All he's got to do is get boxed. That's all I would do.
I think it's the guy I'm thinking of. What else?
What if there's just nothing? What do these people get What if there's just nothing?
They still have the feel-good feeling.
Yeah, they walk out of there every Sunday and they're happy. They kind of because he talks about the Bible, but he doesn't go into the nuts and bolts of it. He doesn't actually. It's kind of he says this. Everybody should feel good about themselves. It's kind of Bible light. You know, it's ineffectual. Not ineffectual. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Jimmy. It's
non-secular,
non-denominational,
multifaceted,
non-interesting,
non-biblical.
Yeah,
it's Bible-less.
Bible-less. Yeah, it's very light. It's very light.
Bible light.
Bible light.
I like that. No one gets hurt in it.
Less calories.
They stop at the parts where they turn into pillars of salt.
Where else did you go in America?
And then Jesus said, "Take your." God said, "Abraham, take your." No, take him to the park. That's too heavy. Forget that whole sacrifice thing.
If thine eyes deceive thee, Visine.
Nothing.
Went to an Indian reservation.
I'm not hitting
Indian reservation. He went to an Indian reservation.
How was that?
That was very boring.
Was it?
Yeah. They kill squirrels. I didn't know that.
What? For what?
To eat. Their grandmothers like to eat squirrels. We met this guy, Jerome. He was the head of the Winnebago tribe.
Jerome?
Yeah.
Is an Indian name?
And there's a Winnebago tribe?
Yeah,
bunch of white trash driving around in fucking RVs?
You might have been in West Virginia.
No, it was in Nebraska.
Nebraska,
the Winnebago tribe.
Yep. Google it. They're there.
No, I don't doubt it.
And they said, he says, they're very laid back and very calm. And I says, what do you do? And he says, well, we hunt. And I says, what do you hunt for?
You picture buffalo or something.
Yeah, squirrels, he said. And I says, why do you hunt squirrels? He says, well, they're very hard to catch and our grandmothers like to eat them. So that was
how the Indians have just fallen. Used to just be hunting big tatonka with the big spears and arrows, and now they're conking squirrels. They're playing whack-a-mole for Grandma. How degrading. No wonder they just drink.
Once a proud people, just you have to step on your prey.
Gone. Step on your prey.
Fucking horrible is that?
Someone runs over a squirrel on the highway, Indian crying on the side of the road. That's horrible.
So you doing any gigs in the States?
Yeah, he's got, you're doing a theater. You're doing...
where you at?
Live at the Actors Playhouse.
That's a cool place.
107th Avenue between Christopher and Bleecker Streets. Starting June 20th through July 5th, right?
July 15th. So you do like 3 weeks here.
3 weeks, yeah.
For tickets, call the box office, 212-463-0060.
And there's a money-back guarantee if you don't laugh.
Oh.
Really?
Uh-oh.
And
we don't have that on this show.
We certainly don't.
We'd go broke.
And you have to call or go to telecharge.com. I'd actually like to come see this show because I was going to go see Lee when he was here, but I was busy. And I wanted to see Billy and I didn't see him. I want to see one of our guests. I have not gone to any show. I suck. I want to go see you.
And of course, Taping Letterman tonight. That will be on
Friday night.
That's very cool.
Cool. Tommy Tiernan, thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
And I definitely want to come see you maybe next week.
I'm going to send you a tape of the documentary.
Yeah, do that. How long is that going to take to edit? 5 years?
About that, yeah.
It'd be funny if they edit it in a week. Just real sloppy. They concentrate. They film like the first 2 hours of the trip, and that's the whole thing. And they show him coming back with a grayer beard in 4 years. They just do real shoddy, sloppy work.
That wouldn't be funny at all.
Well, for us it would be, but for the guy that's doing it about it, wouldn't
We'll be
good.
on for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I think a montage in the middle of the documentary.
Yeah, 2 years. How long is this going to be in there?
Really?
If it makes the cut at all.
I don't know. This might be a feature. We might become very popular in Ireland.
Shut up, stupid.
Can people get this radio show in Ireland?
On the internet. They probably can. Online,
we've gotten some people from Ireland that have...
Yeah,
definitely. On the internet.
Australia, England. I've gotten some weird emails from people. Like
that newfangled thing called the internet.
I love it.
I'll tell Bono to come on.
I'd love
do that.
You talk to him?
All the time. He
doesn't
talk back.
He doesn't talk back. Yeah.
Just a photo I have.
Very good.
He is like the most famous guy ever.
Who's second?
Like the guy can't walk around anywhere.
Who's second most famous? That's what
I don't know. Mick Jagger is up there with Bono.
Yeah, he's right up there. I mean, there are certain... There's a fraternity of people. Paul McCartney. He's another one that can't walk around anywhere in the world without
I'm talking
knowing.
when it comes to Ireland.
Ali.
Homegrown guys.
Oh, homegrown?
Colin Farrell, you're saying in a second?
I'd say maybe Pierce Brosnan, although he's famous but not really...
Is he Irish?
Doesn't have really street credibility.
Yeah. William Wallace.
Old Willie Wallace.
He couldn't walk around, I bet.
Who the hell is Willie Wallace?
William
Wallace.
Again.
Scottish.
I was making a Scottish because I did a Scottish accent.
You were being Scotological.
I was being, like the whole thing's one to me because I'm stupid.
Do you guys know Colin Quinn over there?
No.
Exactly. Good. Good. Stupid Colin. Stop trying to tie in with your Irish roots. They don't give a shit about you.
Holy crap.
That idiot.
Well, I tell you what, it annoys Irish people to hear American people say they're Irish and they're not actually Irish.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're kind of just tracing back a little bit. I mean, America hasn't been here long.
It's kind of like you get these guys, I'm Irish, and they've never been
feel
there.
Like we belong.
You're looking for
only a couple of 100 years old here.
I always say that I'm part Irish.
Slack.
I just ask women
Irish.
what nationality they are, because if they say part like Native American, I know they're probably going to have a fat puss, and that's all I care about. It's genetic with them. I love it.
And we had to beat the shit out of a little place called England, my friend.
That's right.
To gain our independence.
Did you beat the shit out of them or just not drink their tea?
That hurt them at the time. Well, you got to go with what's happening at the moment.
But fair enough. Fair enough. The tea thing was a little silly.
Yeah. We'll show you.
I'm not drinking
outrageous. That was a little outrageous.
Hey, they dressed up like Indians. They had a costume party.
Well, look what we do to your tea. Oh boy.
The shockwaves throughout Europe when you stop drinking that tea.
See, we think it was a big day for us.
We got a little lucky. I do.
Yeah. And the fucking guy on guard duty saw it and just kept reading the paper. Go ahead, dump it. Get a whole country full of it.
Yeah, keep dumping the tea, you idiots.
You gotta do.
Maybe that's where you got the idea for iced tea from.
Oh,
possibly. But no, because
cold
but
tea.
then, but back then there was no ice. There wasn't.
No, I'm saying when they threw the tea into the sea,
right?
It was cold.
It was cold, and then
I doubt anybody drank it.
I don't know, what is the temperature of Boston Harbor?
Ben would know.
It's 54 degrees.
And the brine would probably ruin the taste of the tea.
Salt as well.
Yes, the salt, the brine.
And the vomit from all those fucking Boston drunks throwing up after a Sox game. Those fucking horses' asses up there. Don't, we're going to throw some tea in the water. That wasn't about Boston. That was just about a bunch of drunks from fucking Massachusetts. It had nothing to do with England. No. They just wanted to cause a ruckus after a game somewhere. Fucks.
World Cup soccer, anything on that?
Oh, I don't have any material, but I'm very
excited. I'm not asking for material. I'm just saying in general.
Mexico and Iran yesterday. It's great to see just different tribes. Italy and Ghana today.
See, we don't get it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, America's like... You're
playing Czechoslovakia at lunchtime.
I mean, they're broadcasting the games on XM. What channel? I don't even remember now. Elo loves when we promote all the channels, but I don't get it. I'm trying. I'm reading some of the articles in the paper. I'm taking a peek with the coverage on TV, and it's just like...
Is the sport boring to you?
Yeah, it's one of those things where someone on Comedy Central on The Daily Show hit it right on the head, and he was being funny about it, but it rang true. He was talking about all, like you said, tribes and these... pretty much countries and these ancient rivalries that go back like to wartime. It's a metaphor for these battles and wars that took place when you got England and France and stuff. And we like the actual thing instead of the metaphor. We'd rather just really bomb things and really have wars than, you guys play it out in a game.
You guys could be playing Iran. In the World Cup, you're both in it.
Yeah, and that seems silly when we can just drop bombs on the real people in the country. Why kick a ball around when we can just bomb the real people?
We'll be nuking them soon.
Yeah.
What was Mexico over Iran a big surprise?
Right. Just send big soccer ball looking bomb down. They try to hit it with their head, real stupid, and it just goes off. A bunch of soccer ball bombs.
They've been shoving soccer down our throat forever, and it's just not catching on here. I don't care what people say. And we had Elo on saying 650,000 people are listening to the coverage on XM.
It's the biggest sport in the world.
But that's all. That's all kind of like the immigrant population of America is checking that out. Not what.
Someone just wants Jimmy to tell them when ice was invented. You idiot.
I mean, we didn't have...
Oh, Stuart, thank you so much for calling him out on that.
No, listen, Stuart, you jizz bucket.
When was ice invented?
What I mean is the ability to refrigerate. Stuart knows what I mean. We didn't have that back then.
You didn't say that, idiot.
You kind of had to invent ice if you really think about it.
Of course you did.
No one
you
was really,
did not.
No one was really using it.
In ancient times, before they could refrigerate, they used to have some type of insulation made of straw and mud, and like kings would ask people to go out and bring snow back, and they would bring that back and make a tasty little treat and have actual ice.
You know how awful that must have been? Dirty snow that was transported.
But it was awful like a glacier.
Was it?
Oh. Yeah, it was awful like a glacier.
It snows all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But, if you're you're in Egypt, I don't think you get much ice.
And by the way, they're not watching the World Cup in Mogadishu since the Islamic extremists took over.
Oh, not allowed?
Of course not. Why would you? That's fun. People enjoy it.
Yeah, but we have so many other sports to pay attention to. Is what
Iran might be playing Israel. Yeah. Yesterday, Portugal were playing Angola, and Angola is a former Portuguese colony. So you have all these amazing... And, if the game doesn't translate over here, that's one thing.
Maybe we're just too stupid about the rivalries. Like you're talking about things like...
You're talking about this Portugal, Angola.
Hey, Portugal, Angola. You got to understand what these two have going... No, we don't.
You got to feel for Angola,
we don't know.
I think.
From sea to shining sea, everyone else goes fuck themselves. That's our motto here in the States.
Actually, can I have that back? I'd probably root for Portugal.
Portugal won. Yeah,
I'd root for Angola.
Would I root for them? Are they the good guys?
Angola was oppressed, I believe.
Angola?
Yeah. Yes.
Angola.
But wasn't Idi Amin in charge of that place for a while?
No, that's Uganda.
Oh, yes. I thought it was another one of those nations.
Yes.
See, we don't need to know world history.
He was a self-confessed cannibal.
History.
There was somebody bad in Angola, though.
No, Angola used to be... Did Angola used to be Zimbabwe, used to be Rhodesia?
And in Mozambique,
see? Robert Smith was the white guy, and he...
yeah, exactly.
Is that around
there? They change the goddamn names of these places too often.
I know.
Shouldn't be allowed.
Do you know that Palestine used to be called, I think, something else?
Do you know Iraq? Cradle of civilization, my friend.
New Prussia.
Madagascar?
Mesopotamia.
Oh,
Mesopotamia.
Very good.
Yeah, whatever.
Thanks, Anthony.
And that's why their soccer match against MISSISSIPPI.
So World Cup is exciting, but we just don't know.
Yeah, but the game is good as well. I think I know about your games is that a lot of it's about control, right? You can catch the ball, right? But where in soccer, the ball is out of your control most of the time. It's kind of this free-form thing that's running around the pitch.
Out of anyone's control. It's on a field that's much too big.
Whereas Americans, it's all about grabbing and holding onto it. You know, whereas European sports are more about the things flying around the place, kicking.
Because America's all about me.
Grab it, it's mine.
Give it to me. It's mine. It's
and
mine.
Europe is kicking it. I don't know. He's got it this week. This one's got it.
Who's the best soccer player in the world?
A guy called Ronaldinho from Brazil.
Yeah, Ronaldo, right?
No, Ronaldo used to be with Ronaldinho now. He's kind of a buck-toothed, a little bit like Goofy. He's long hair. He's an amazing soccer player.
Wait, is he the Ronaldo guy?
No, there's Ronaldo and there's Ronaldinho.
They're two different guys?
Yeah, they're both Brazilian.
Ronaldo plays for Barcelona. He's on the same team as David Beckham, right?
How do you
Ronaldinho plays for Barcelona. Ronaldo... They all play for Barcelona. No, Ronaldo plays for Real Madrid.
How does he know?
I just know. I fucking follow everything in the world.
No, you don't.
I'm knowledgeable.
You're an idiot.
Jimmy is really knowledgeable.
Try it.
Girls play soccer here, don't they? Meadow Soprano play soccer.
Yeah, like kids play soccer, and then once they reach a point that we don't care anymore.
When they finally could talk back to mom and dad, they go on to
and say, "I don't want to play soccer."
Well, here's the thing: even though this sport might be very popular here, the USA, through some weird thing over the past few years, is ranked 5th in the world.
Really?
So you guys might get a bit of momentum during this World Cup, and it'd be a huge thing.
How great would it be to win the world? To win the World Cup when the rest of the world knows that our whole country just doesn't care about soccer.
Care.
No riots, to be like 5 guys outside waving flags, go.
Who cares? Something's going on, because you look at the team, they don't look American. They might have passports and stuff.
Are you thinking it's a loaded team?
I think they loaded the team up.
Yeah?
Sure.
With a few people from South America
a few
somewhere.
people from other places.
That Ronaldo
You're
guy.
now American.
Is that how they do it? Just you've knighted somebody American, Obi? I don't know what type of citizenship test you've taken.
Wait, so Ronaldo's a guy, and Ronaldinho?
Who cares about Ronaldo and Ronaldinho?
I want to know,
No, you don't, Ronaldinho.
Are they both Brazilians? Are they both Brazilians?
They're both Brazilians.
Why aren't they still filming? This is some of our best stuff.
Yeah, we talk soccer like nobody's business.
This is inane babble about... I'm listening to Jimmy talk about Ronaldo.
It's Ronaldinho.
Whatever his name is.
The buck-tooth boy.
800 times he's saying his name.
What about the team in the harbor? That
Enough about Ronaldo.
You must have hated Ronaldinho.
That could have made the documentary, The Tea in the Harbor.
Huh? No.
Why not?
No one cares about the Tea in the Harbor bit.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we're actually leaving.
Oh my God! So I heard he has a lot of money. I wonder if there's any clips about people who are rich.
Ooh.
I mean, do we have any clips about people that are rich?
Goddamn rich cunt!
Tommy Tiernan live at the Actors Playhouse, 100 7th Avenue, between Christopher and Bleecker Streets, from June 20th through July 15th. Tickets through telecharge.com or 212-463-0060, right?
Good luck on Letterman.
And we'll check you out on Letterman Friday.
Good luck on Letterman documentary.
And TommyTiernan.com is the website, TIERNAN.com. Thanks, Tommy. We appreciate it. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say.
It's the Opie and Anthony.